Hello there. I'm going to sound pretty far away, probably. Someone let me know in the chat if you can hear me at all, hopefully to an extent, because I have to have the camera far away so that I can pack these boxes full of Star Wars Expanded Universe books. And so that's what I'm going to be doing now. But first, I'm going to grab something, and I won't be able to check the chat very much because I'm at the other side of this and I have to lean all the way up here to get to this. All right, apologies for that. If you hear a smoke detector, it's because my dad called me to help him with that. So now you'll hear some beeps, and hopefully you can hear my audio all right. See Lopsided and Anonymous Gamer here. It's nice to see you guys. So today I'm going to be, some of you may or may not know, I am moving house. So I'm going to be packing up all my books now. And so I think I have a way to do it. I think this is going to be the comic boxes. And I think these two big boxes here, I'll set the lids aside, don't really need those right now. Hopefully you can hear me. These are for the mass market paperbacks, I think, is how it's going to be done. So these are fairly big boxes. And now I'm going to begin packing them. So, not sure exactly the order with which I'm going to be doing this, but I'm going to go chronologically, I think. Makes sense. So, and I'm going to have to figure out which way around I'm going to put it in here. So that might be some trial and error involved there. But yeah, so first we've got Dawn of the Jedi, Sea Spider's favorite Expanded Universe book, and Old Republic Deceived. I unfortunately only have Legends banner copies of these books. I know they come without the banner. I prefer no banner. Someone says put Denning at the bottom. Yeah, that might be the case. So they won't fit that ways. So what I'm gonna do instead is put them this way, maybe like that, or maybe spines inward, so that they rest better against the other books there. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Well, actually, yeah, I'll do that. That's what I'll do. All right. Red Harvest and Fatal Alliance. Okay, I can slot it in that way. I wonder. Won't be able to fit 3 that ways. Then I'm missing 2 Old Republic books still. So now Knight Errant. That's not gonna fit like that. That's unfortunate. So I'll just do it like this, I suppose, and see if that works. Seems fairly prudent. Then we have the Bane trilogy. So, Path of Destruction, Rule of Two with the awful cover, and Dynasty of Evil. Darth Plagueis. Mall Lockdown, one of my personal favorites. Cloak of Deception and Rogue Planet. Outbound Flight. And Approaching Storm. Republic Commando Hard Contact. And Republic Commando 000. I'm trying to figure out the best way to pack this in. Make sure it stays nicely packed. It's a little tricky. What's the most valuable price EU thing I have in my collection? I have some I have the adventure journals right here. All but two. I have like let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 of 15 of the adventure journals. Those go for quite a bit. I got them on really good deals as well. I don't know. I have the Dawn of the Jedi graphic novels. Those usually go for $100 each. The original Dark Horse ones. I have the complete Star Wars encyclopedia, as we'll get to later. So I have some valuable stuff. I think mostly it's the value for my collection is that I have complete sets of most of everything. So that makes it more valuable, I guess. And can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can. And you're not just hearing a faint murmur in the background. All right, we've got Cestus Deception. Jedi Trial. So layer those in. Public Commando True Colors. I think in the corner here I'll be able to stack some stuff. MedStar Battle Surgeon and MedStar Jedi Healer. I really loved the first one, but the second one of these I didn't like so much. All right, these seem fairly packed well so far. I would say they're protected. This is getting pretty heavy already. Chris Nelson's favorite, Yoda Dark Rendezvous. Hopefully going to get this paperback signed by Sean Stewart at Legends Con. Nice. You have a Rogue Planet hardcover. I want to get all of the EU books in hardcover in addition to my paperback someday because I think they look really nice on the shelves. I just like with the hardcovers, there's different sizes, so it's a little tricky for collecting sometimes. That's why I like the paperbacks are all like one standard size. And I also like reading a paperback more. I find it easier on the hands. However, paperbacks can get in bad condition pretty quickly, so you have to be really careful when reading them. So that's a drawback to the paperbacks, I would suppose. All right. Labyrinth of Evil. There we go. Order 66, a Republic Commando novel. Wasn't a big fan of this one. Kenobi, one of my favorites. Put that one in here. This is a good one too. Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader by Lucino. Imperial Commando 501st. And yeah, a couple of these will just stand up over here. So I might do that at some point. Coruscant Knights, Jedi Twilight. This is very nice. Ooh. Street of Shadows. Patterns of Force. I thought for a long time this book was called Patterns of the Force, so that's what I called it a lot, but I didn't realize it didn't have a "the" in the title for a while. Embarrassingly long amount of time, I'm sure. Good morning, Pico. How's it going? Legends Con, Anonymous Gamer, is a fan-run convention that's only for the Star Wars Legends Expanded Universe. It's the first of its kind. It's being held in California, September 9th and 10th. I'm going to luckily get to be there, thanks to my parents for helping me out big time with that one. And there will be writers to sign stuff. So Matthew Stover, Abel G. Pena, Sean Stewart, Barbara Hambly, author of the Callista Trilogy, which we were talking about earlier on Discord. There's some other people there as well. Becco, who wrote the Legacy 2 comics, Randy Stradley, who wrote a ton of Dark Horse comics. So it's a pretty loaded panel so far. Hopefully there will be more guest announcements there as well. Joe Bongiorno from who wrote Supernatural Encounters, will be there. One of the actors from the film will be in attendance, though it's not been announced yet. Not a big one, but a extra from A New Hope, who's the main character of Supernatural Encounters. And let's see. And then there's going to be panels. There's going to be book signings. There's going to be interviews where the guests can get to ask the authors questions and meet with them. There's going to be cosplay, a fan film that's focused on a fan film screening that's going to be focused on the EU. And there's going to be a ton of merchandise, like fan art that you can get as posters or like homemade Expanded Universe focused crafts and stuff that you could buy. And then there's going to be books and comics and official Expanded Universe memorabilia for sale by the vendors there. So it should be a good time. Hopefully. It's going to be the first one. Moving on to this shelf here. The Last Jedi. The good one. I like that book a lot. It's not super well received, though, in the fandom as a whole. All right. The Paradise Snare. The Hutt Gambit. Then my UK copies of the Lando trilogy. Lando Calrissian and the Mind Harp of Sharu. I love that cover. This is my favorite one. Lando Calrissian and the Flame Wind of Ocean. And Lando Calrissian and the Star Cave of Thonbaka. Then we have Death Star. I'm pretty pleased with how it's going so far. I think they're staying safe in good condition. Rebel Dawn, which I'll place that one over here, I guess. We've got the Brian Daley Han Solo trilogy. Han Solo at Tsar's End. Han Solo's Revenge. Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. Pico, you're going to read the Lando book soon. That's awesome. I think the Lando books are super fun. Yeah, there will be live streams of Legends Con, Anonymous Gamer. I myself will be doing some streams from the con, giving my thoughts on it and stuff. Dark Greetings. Hello, Greyholm. Nice to see you. You already read the first two, Pico? Very nice. What did you think of them? Did you like them? That means you've only got Star Cave left, right? Which did you prefer between Flamewind and what's the first one called? Mind Harp of Sharu. I preferred Flamewind. Flamewind was my favorite of those books. Hey, AJ. Nice to see you. I'm doing pretty good. What about you? You like Flamewind so far? Nice, nice. The only weird thing about them is they mention like glass and elevators because like turbo lifts and transparasteel hadn't been established in the EU yet. So it was like the real world name. But that's all right. That just makes it interesting, I guess. Lando books are next for me after the Han Solo adventures. Very nice, Greyholm. And yeah, yay, we agree. That's good. Death Troopers. This is one of my favorite covers there is. Star Wars horror novel. So good. I love Death Troopers. I hear mixed things about it, though, usually. Shadow Games. This is one of the most underrated books in the entire expanding universe. I actually recommended this to you, AJ. This is really, really good. It's like a romance thriller, and it's so good. It's a tie-in to Shadows of the Empire, featuring Dash Rendar, and it is literally one of the greatest books in the expanded universe, in my opinion. You're doing good, enjoying the sunlight in my stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Estrella, nice to see you as well. Shadow Games is one of the few books I have left to pick up. Well, Pico, you saved one of the best for last. It's really good stuff. All right, Scoundrels. My favorite Timothy Zahn novel, which is usually ridiculed as the worst Timothy Zahn novel. I can't tell you what it is, because I don't particularly love Ocean's 11 anyways, but I absolutely love this novel, which is supposed to be Ocean's 11 in Star Wars. Oh, I've got a dog hair in my box. Try to get that out. Aha. No dog hairs. Allegiance. It almost looks like it has the Legends banner on it. But that's just New York Times bestseller. Allegiance was fine. I don't know. Which do people who've read it, do you prefer Allegiance or Choices of One? I slightly prefer Choices of One, I think. You own Shadow Games, Greyholm? You definitely should read it. It's good stuff. When is Legends Con taking place this year? It's taking place September 9th and 10th. September 9th and 10th. And if it goes well, there's a plan for Dallas in 2024. Yeah, maybe it'll be at the library. Otherwise, I could try to find you a copy and send it your way. You still have to find a copy first. Yeah, it's good stuff. Allegiance is very boring. Yeah. Choices of One is better. I can actually remember some stuff from it. Yeah. Yeah. They're not great. What you hear about those books is true. Quite boring. Here's one I really enjoy: Honor Among Thieves, featuring Han, Chewie, Luke, Leia, and Scarlet, a new character. The whole gang. It's super fun. would have loved James S.A. Corey, which is actually two writers who have one author pseudonym. I would have loved to see more Expanded Universe books from them because I thought Honor Among Thieves was really, really fun. All right, 2 shelves down. And then what I use is, these are Bibles actually, leather-bound Bibles, but I put them in the corners because otherwise some of the books won't be seen, and they'll be behind the lip of the wood of the shelf. As you can see, my fingers disappear. So I put the Bibles here so that you can see my Star Wars books. Yeah. So I'll set these aside. Honor Among Thieves is the name of the new D&D movie. Greyholm saw the new D&D movie and he really liked it. Worst EU book I've ever read, that would be Dawn of the Jedi, right down here. I hate Dawn of the Jedi. It's the worst Expanded Universe book in my opinion. I just really hate how it's written, the writing style to it and stuff. I think it's atrocious. It's pretty bad. And yeah, that's the name of the new D&D movie. But this book came out earlier than that. I always loved the title of the Star Wars novel Honor Among Thieves, so when I saw that that was the name of the D&D movie, I thought that was pretty cool as well. Shadow Games down in your notes. Nice. Called, we'll say, Apocalypse. Honor is very fun, but it's sad that they got authors like Corey. Just gave them a rebellion. Yeah, I would have loved if James S.A. Corey wrote in the Dawn of the Jedi era. They had a lot of continuity in Honor Among Thieves, so if they had been given the chance to write in a more unique, interesting era, I think that would have been great. Of lore references in the D&D movie. Yeah, I knew you liked it. Yeah, you're one of the only people who likes Dawn of the Jedi, Noah. Hey, Jaden, how's it going? All right, moving on to this shelf. We've got the greatest cover in the entire Expanded Universe. Galaxies, The Ruins of Dantooine. And yes, the cover is just a screenshot from the video game. And not a particularly interesting screenshot either. It still blows my mind that this is a cover. If they reprint these books in the Essential Legends collection, they have to just keep this as the same cover. So I see some celebration for Ruins of Dantooine in the comments. Good to see, because Ruins of Dantooine is amazing. It's actually not. Now, the first 3 chapters were really promising. I really liked the female character who was like a biologist, and I really liked the scoundrel character they set up. But then by the end, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. This is a diamond in the rough. Why does no one talk about how good Ruins of Dantooine is what I was thinking after 3 chapters. The remaining, 3/4 of the book, showed me why it was so unregarded and made fun of in the Expanded Universe community, because it was really bad. It's really bad. Masterpiece of fiction, to speak of. Essential Legends Collection, Ruins of Dantooine when? Exactly. You're wearing a Fanta orange shirt, given our last discussion in the Discord. What was that? What was our last discussion? I have a lot of soda shirts. Fanta, Orange Fanta, Orange Crush, Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola. I have a Mountain Dew hat. I have a lot of soda shirts. Best cover you have ever seen? Yes, absolutely. Indeed it is. Yeah, the Ruins of Dantooine set up an Inquisitor character. Yeah, exactly. And I found that Inquisitor character very, very interesting. I really liked his dynamic with Vader from the first chapter. And then it's just like, where did that storyline go? Spiraling around here, Razor's Edge, which is usually not liked. I enjoyed Razor's Edge. I did. Don't ask me why. The Empire Strikes Back novelization. Gonna slide that one down the side here. Shadows of the Empire. Magneto Alex's, my friend Alex's favorite Star Wars book trilogy. No, it isn't. He threw one across the room in his review. But there it is, the Mandalorian Armor, Bounty Hunter Wars, Book 1. Razor's Edge is like looking at a gray wall. Quality Autism 2023. An incredible quote. Incredible quote. Let's see. I think the packing is going well. They seem like they're fairly well packed together, I'd say so far. Bounty Hunter Wars Book 2, Slave Ship. There's Prince Xizor on the cover. Well, I always pronounce as Zizor till people corrected me forcefully. Now we've got hard merchandise. I'm going to actually remove Empire Strikes Back from down here so that I can keep the Bounty Hunter Wars packed all together in the corner. Hard merchandise. There we go. Fit all the way down there. All right, and slip Empire Strikes Back down there as well, hopefully. Can it be done? Yes. There we have it. All right. Then we have the Amazon printing of Heart of the Jedi. So cool we finally got this book. I absolutely adore it. These copies now actually sometimes go for over 100. It depends. The market kind of fluctuates up and down on them. Yes, I do have some of those Bantam covers. Yeah. Yeah, this comment, yeah, because I've been meaning to pack this stuff for a while, but then I kept stalling it. So I was like, if I schedule it as a stream, I'm both getting content up, plus I'm also forcing myself to do this because I don't want to take them down from my shelves after I have them so organized. Razor's Edge and Honor Among Thieves should have switched titles. Yeah, I can see that. From secondhand bookstores myself. Very nice. Bounty Hunter Wars number 3 is your current least favorite EU novel. Yeah. Prince Scissor. Yeah, exactly. Terrible pronunciation. Heart of the Jedi is great. Indeed it is. Need to get a hard copy someday. Yeah, custom print it. Sell my paperback and use the money to self-print a hardcover. You could. You could. Next we've got my copy of Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Mindor. I have a second one in my eBay cart because my good friend Gray Holmes Tower isn't going to be able to come to Legends Con, so I'm going to try to get a second copy signed for him. So I'll be asking Mr. Stover to sign 2 copies, which me and Gray Holm like this book a lot. I love the connections to the original Marvel newspaper strip comics. So absolutely amazing that Stover did that. And it's good art on the back cover as well. Price is still on there. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna. I did take a picture of my bookshelf before I started to do this. As you can see, before I started, I actually took down my comics as well. Heart of the Jedi. I don't know how many chapters it is off the top of my head. 31. 31 chapters. It is good. It's quite good. It's very Bantam as a novel. Shadows of Minar. It's a spectacular book. The Wilkins pronunciation. Love it. Glad I could entertain you. Thanks for stopping by. X-Wing Rogue Squadron. All right. Started the X-Wing novels into here. Wedge's Gamble. The Krytos Trap. The Back to War. And Wraith Squadron. For some reason, I don't love these covers. A lot of people like these covers, but I'm not a big fan of them. You made notes the last time you read Shadows of Mindor? Very nice. There's a lot of good stuff in there. All right, X-Wing Iron Fist. This is one of my favorite covers from the X-Wing novels, although I don't really love these covers that much, which is kind of weird. A lot of other people I see really like them. I'll put this one over here. And X-Wing Solo Command. With the Falcon on there. Let's see. I don't know how far to the top I can get this. I'll slide this one down the center. Now, this is a self-printing. It's the Dark Forces graphic novels all in one combined trilogy, which it looks great. It's formatted to be Bantam. Here's the back cover. I got this because I saw Noah, Quality Autism, printed one like this. And I thought it was really cool. So I'll place that one up on there. All right. I've got a stack here. Oh, these are not in chronological order. The Force Unleashed novels. Force Unleashed. It was really hard to find a non-bannered copy. And Force Unleashed 2. I really love the cover here. And the spine. And the back cover. Good stuff. All right. This is getting really heavy. I have incredible covers. Yeah, a lot of people like those covers. Did you put the pictures in it too, or just the words? Just the words for Dark Forces were in there. I used whatever files Noah used, I believe. Nice. All right. Tales from the Empire, which I believe is just collecting some adventure journal stories. There might be a couple new ones in here, but it's kind of meh. I don't love the cover for it either. Wish they'd just done completely new stories in it. Hadn't reprinted stuff. There we go. Slide that down in there as well. Let's see if I can. Just right in there should be fine. It smells like old books in here now, which is a great smell to me. Oh wow, you can get them with the pictures. That's really cool. I didn't know that. You have the actual hardcovers. Very cool. I want to someday. Both colored and black and white. That's very cool. They are pretty hard to get. You can self-print them, but it's a kind of hard process to do that. But you can self-print them for like $12, $15 for a paperback. Somewhere around there. All right. Got another X-Wing book, Isard's Revenge. That's a pretty good cover. So slide that in there, but there's a dog hair again. The dog's hair is getting everywhere. All right. I think I have some books that go next that are up here. Whoa. Downfall some Star Trek books. It's all right. Yeah, because I've got the Thrawn trilogy up here. And some more Star Trek books. Don't have many Star Trek books yet, but yeah. Yeah, you love the smell of books? Me too. Isard or Isard? You used Isard? I always said Isard, but I'm not sure if that's correct. By the way, how's my audio been? Because I've been far away from the computer. Some other Star Trek books. I got most of those for like $1 a piece, which was pretty good. All right, so got some Star Wars novels up here. My bannered Thrawn trilogy, which is the rarest copies of those. I've made a couple videos about them. And then my regular copies of the Thrawn trilogy. About the cover not being the book. Yeah. A lot of the covers here, I mean, I like some of them. Some of them I don't love. The cover is the selling point of the book. So you know how people say don't judge a book by its cover, but you do, you know, and that's the point of the cover. Otherwise, there's no point to it. But at the same time, yeah, I think Iceheart is correct since her nickname is Iceheart. Iceheart, yeah, good point. Audio is solid, good to hear. Usually the pronunciation that most people go with. Interesting. Survivor's Quest. I'll slot this one in here. All right. Got Lando Calrissian trilogy all collected into one paperback. We've got Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina. Try to slot that in there. Now it's becoming a little tricky. And Tales from the Bounty Hunters. All right, I can get a couple more up here, so I'll get my bannered Thrawn trilogy into here. And I think I can fit my normal Thrawn trilogies up onto here as well. Last Command, Dark Force Rising, and Heir to the Empire. That's going to max it out, I believe. I've got some Man Kazin Wars, which is not Star Wars, but like has connections to Star Wars, I heard. I'll just set those aside for now. What can I fit down the side? I can fit some stuff down the side. I might as well do the Jedi Academy trilogy with Jedi Search. Yeah, that fits pretty good down the side. And I think I can get one more. Yeah, so Dark Apprentice. That's not going to go. All right. So I'll just turn it this way maybe and get it to lie like that. Yeah, absolutely. All right, now I can fit it down the side here. And I can fit Champions of the Force as well. All right. I think that's about all that I can fit in here. Oh, that's pretty heavy. So let's see if the lid will manage to close over this. Yep, it's latched. It's coming undone. What's going on here? Nope, should be good. All right, so I'll grab these boxes over here and slide this along. Box one complete. That is really heavy. That is monstrously heavy. Packing 101 with me. Absolutely. My literature too pulpy. Wow. Speaking of Acts of Cain, when am I going to read Acts of Cain? I do not know. I'm trying to, whenever I have I don't know. I'll try to at some point. Packing 101. Yep. Clearly need a new printing of the Thrawn trilogy. It's already been a year. Absolutely. Such restraint. Such restraint indeed. No, I'm not moving to California, but I will be heading out there. I'm moving down to Arkansas from where I live currently. Probably won't say why, or some people will come to try to steal all my Star Wars EU books. All right, next box. Tales from Jabba's Palace. Tatooine Ghost. One that I like. This is maybe a bit more controversial. The Courtship of Princess Leia, about her getting married to Han. Very good one, at least in my opinion. I, Jedi. Jade Light's favorite. Imagine willingly moving to California. Yeah, I don't know. California is all crazy, aren't they? Crazy bunch of folks. Oh, yeah. I think I'll do that this time. All right. Moving on to another shelf. Another one cleared. Voila. Darksaber by Kevin J. Anderson. I liked this system better. All right. We've got Planet of Twilight, which my copy got mangled. It was just like that when I got it. It was a thrift books purchase. Starfighters of Adumar. If I recall, this was my favorite X-Wing book. And it's also the last one and the shortest. It's a pretty thin one. Courtship. Definitely second favorite, if not favorite, Ventum so far. We don't talk about Courtship. When I bought my bannered copy of Courtship, that it didn't have the Endori cover, but actually had. Interesting. Did it really? Huh. It had the hardcover copy on the Legends banner. Interesting. Maybe they were trying to sell it more. Adumar is my favorite Bantam era novel. Yeah, that's a solid choice. Next, we've got everyone's favorite. I expect everyone to go crazy in the chat. It's The Crystal Star, the most well-regarded Star Wars novel of all time. I genuinely enjoy this one. I genuinely do. Not ironically. I like it. Maybe Waru has corrupted my brain. I also have a hardcover of Crystal Star. That means I'm like a mega fan of Crystal Star. Though I know some people have like 10 copies of Crystal Star. Is it Geek Satic who has like a lot of Crystal Star copies? Escape from reality, enjoy packing. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Estrella. Waru, hail Waru. I think that's the last owner of your copy is damaged. Planet of Twilight in a fit of anger. Absolutely. Praise Waru, hype Vonda for life, best Star Wars author. We have the hardcover, sadly. Yeah, I've got to get the Legends copy as well. I'm sure there will be an Essential Legends copy that's just a picture of Waru and like no words or anything. It's just, can you imagine that? It's just art of Waru on the cover, on the spine, and on the back. It's like a wrapped art piece of Waru. It would be absolutely immaculate. Oh, is it Chris Nelson? You own like 6 different versions of Crystal Star? Very nice. I need to get on your level then. Okay, Chris Nelson has all of those. I want to get the Witchfire editions sometime. I want to get the hardcover. Is there an SFPC as well? I'd love to get that. Just get as many Crystal Star copies as possible. Get the German one, the Russian one. No, it'll be great. Black Fleet Crisis. Before the Storm. Then here's the one that's the most despised of the trilogy, Shield of Lies. I don't remember much about these books, to be honest, which probably says something about their quality. Tyrant's Test. I think this was my favorite. They're all in pretty good shape, though, which is nice. All right. The New Rebellion by Kristen Catherine Rush. I have this in hardcover as well. I think this is a really underrated book. I'd say it's top 5 Bantam. And I have this one in hardcover as well, which I'll get to later. I see some more comments. I need to get the Russian version for sure because it has the Russian copy of Crystal Star, if you didn't know, has Trusip Bakura art on it, which is very funny. I only have the one paperback copy of Crystal Star. That book is going to be a real weird read for sure. Yes, it is. But it's kind of fun. It's kind of wacky and fun. Black Fleet is seen as the middest of mid books. Indeed. I got the German paperback and hardcover, the Crystal Star, as well as the American paperback 2 and hardcover, and the German ebook. Wow, that's some Crystal Star love for sure. Did you get the Legends banner paperback too, Noah? The Lando arc is the best arc by far and isn't even related to the main plot in any way. Yeah, I remember enjoying it. It's definitely a weird setup for a book. Corellian Trilogy is definitely better. Here's Ambush at Corellia. Although I don't like how the title's along the spine like that. I always found that really weird. Assault at Solonia. This was my personal favorite of the trilogy. And we've got Thraken menacingly on the cover. I love that the art is just like older Harrison Ford with a mustache. That's so great. Yes, got the Bannard version as well. Very nice. The main arc would not even have happened if Leia were competent. Yeah. Much better trilogy. Indeed it is. Read the New Rebellion. I just wish it wasn't over 89 chapters. Yeah, I really like New Rebellion. I think it's a very interesting story. There's some important stuff too, some tie-ins to the Young Jedi Knights series. Although there is a contradiction there between them, but I thought it was fun. It kind of turned the tables on your expectations a bit. Showdown at Centerpoint. Alrighty. Now we've got Hand of Thrawn. Books that I don't remember anything about, it seems. Whenever people talk about them, I'm like, did I actually even read these? I don't remember them, and I just remember not caring about them really at all. So, Vision of the Future and Spectre of the Past. I'll place these up here. My first Star Wars Expanded Universe novel ever. Scourge, given to me by my grandmother, my late grandmother. So, very, very nice. I love Scourge. I know Noah really likes Scourge as well. All right, that's another couple shelves completed. So, there's the Bibles there. All righty. Now I'll take a seat because, forgot one up here. Lightsider, my printed Del Rey edition because I wanted it to mirror Survivor's Quest. So I'll put that up there. And now take a seat. All right, now I look really small. Tales from the New Republic. Since I'm seated now, you're not going to get to see the cover as well, but I'm sure most of you guys are aware of what the cover for these books looks like. Now we get to Young Jedi Knights. This is Heirs to the Force. Shadow Academy. And if you know me, I absolutely adore these books. One of my favorite series in the EU. The Lost Ones. I also like that they're mass market paperback size. Lightsabers, which is one of my favorite covers. I love the here, we'll get up to show this one better. I love how the light reflects off the sun rays because the sun rays are like metallic-y. Looks really good. I forgot to check all the comments. Thraken Solo is current day Harrison Ford. Yeah. Thraken is described as a near doppelganger of Han Solo that he is. Rebellion is arguably the single best Bantam book. Wow. That's some praise. I can see it being top 5, like I said. With the Thrawn trilogy, I mean, I like them, but I can never seem to remember the intricacies of the plot for some reason. Fair enough. The Hand of Thrawn duology is a bit draggy, or at least on my first read, but I enjoyed it a lot more the second read. Okay, that's a good sign. Didn't feel nearly as draggy. Never read Young Jedi Knights. Yes. Young Jedi Knights and Junior Jedi Knights are genuinely some of my favorite pieces in the entire expanded universe. They're spectacular, as Grey Holmes said. Yes, and they're essential to read before New Jedi Order, at least in my opinion. Continuing on with them, we've got Darkest Night with Lobaka on the cover. Very cool. And I think that's the last one I can fit down the side there. Alrighty. Okay. Jedi Under Siege, the finale to the first arc. This has a great plot. It makes you think that Emperor Palpatine is still alive, but it's like a fake. So you're like, wait a minute, he survived Dark Empire? I was so confused the first time I read this. I was so confused. I love them more than the Jude Watson books. Yeah, me as well. But it's a toss-up because I love the Jude Watson books, as I'll get to soon. Thought you were starting at 10. Yeah, I had it scheduled for 11 my time. But when I was talking with you yesterday, you were like, it's at 10, right? And I was like, yeah. So then I just got up early and I was like, all right, I'll just start. I ironically read after New Jedi Order. Yeah. Junior Jedi Knights is so great. Yes, it is. And it's such a good payoff in Edge of Victory and Emissary of the Void. Seeing my self-printed hardcover for Emissary, I have. It's gorgeous. I'd love to get a self-printed copy of Emissary of the Void. Made me enjoy them even more, though. Yeah. Crying laughing. Yep. I psyched myself out with my conversation with you and ended up starting early. Shards of Alderaan. The start of the second arc, which included Black Sun. And even though Boba Fett's on the cover of these, they retroactively made it so it's his daughter from Legacy of the Force. Island, I believe was her name. This one's Diversity Alliance is the title of this book. I love that Raynar's on the cover. I'll get a close-up of Raynar. There he is in all of his pompous beauty. All right. Slot that one in there. Good. Delusions of Grandeur. Excellently titled one. You like the Fanta shirt? Thank you. It's really a crime that the German translations never did the final 3 of Young Jedi Knights. Oh, that's awful. A shame indeed. Jedi Bounty. Try to stick that one in there. Nope. All right, so I guess I'll start putting it on there. This is my nicest copy of a Young Jedi Knights book. It's like brand new. I got it for like $2 on Amazon Marketplace with free shipping. And it's like crisp. When it arrived, I was like, it's like new. They only described it as good condition. And if that's good condition, then my goodness. It's like crisp. It's a crisp copy. So I'll definitely be sure to protect that one. Return to Ord Mantell. I really never liked the cover to this one because like all the colors seem weird. Like the light blue, the yellow, the gold. It's like a weird color scheme and it doesn't fit with the cover, which is like diamonds. It's just kind of weird. And that's the start of the final arc of Young Jedi Knights there. Here's another pretty mint copy, but it's like a reprint, so it doesn't have like the words sticking off the cover. I always love the color scheme to this one. Trouble on Cloud City. Good stuff. If Lando's going to be in it, it's going to be good. And Crisis at Crystal Reef. The final Young Jedi Knights book. And the cover where Jason looks like Kylo Ren. Or Adam Driver, I should say. All right. That means we're starting New Jedi Order. So let me move some stuff around real quick. Scooch this closer. All right. New Jedi Order time. All the young Jedi Knights and junior Jedi Knights are a work of art. Yes, they are. Compare all the duologies and trilogies of the EU. Edge of Victory arguably takes the top spot. Wow. Interesting. For me, Edge of Victory and Agents of Chaos was a toss-up because I loved the first Agents of Chaos book. I loved the first Edge of Victory book. And then the last two in the trilogy let me down a little more for some reason. Be better than the Wraith Squadron trilogy. Wow. Honestly, the moment that always sticks with me from the latter half of the Young Jedi Knights books is Jacen falling in Cloud City. Such a well-written moment and always makes me sad to think about him falling. Parallels early on, huh? Never been able to find physical scholastic copies of Young Jedi Knights or Junior Jedi Knights. No idea where even to look for them or Galaxy of Fear. So the best you can do is sometimes pay for lots of them on eBay, or you can get lucky. So there's these stores called Second and Charles, and I got probably half of my books for the young readers' novels from there. I really lucked out, and they're only like $1 or $2. So sometimes you'll luck out and find them there. But starting on New Jedi Order, Vector Prime, the one that killed you-know-who. Now we've got Dark Tide 1 Onslaught, one of my favorite NJO books. Mine is misprinted though, so look, the spine is like half printed on the cover. Do you see that? That's weird, isn't it? Really weird. All right. Dark Tide 2 Ruin. Alrighty. Here we're at Agents of Chaos. Agents of Chaos 1, Hero's Trial. There's Droma. You gotta love Droma, right? I love Droma, at least. I wasn't sure if I was going to like him since they were trying to make a Chewbacca replacement, but then I really did. Really did like him. Got most from thrift stores, yeah. Scholastic didn't do Young Jedi Knights or Junior Jedi Knights, that's true. Vector Prime is underrated. Yeah, probably. Hello there, Alex. Nice to see you. Onslaught's probably got to be my all-time favorite EU cover. Exactly. Yeah, good point. Good point. What's your favorite NJO cover? Ooh. That's a hard one. Probably Edge of Victory 1 Conquest, which I'll just show that one real quick. That's probably my favorite. I always thought it looked really good. But like Demention said, Onslaught's a great cover. Hey, Alex, that wonderful bookshelf now in a box. Yeah, sad, isn't it? This NJO cover is probably Destiny's Way. Good choice. Got most of my EU books from that place. Never seen any copies of those books. Okay, it's Second and Charles. The Star Wars books, like the regular ones, are in like a sci-fi section. But you have to check a different section if you want to find the young readers novels. They're in like this children's section. And there's like, you have to really like comb through it because it's very disorganized because children have been combing through there. But sometimes you can find them there. And that's where I found like half of my Scholastic books. Droma's funny because he has like a dozen different official illustrations despite being a relatively minor character. Yeah, true. I think they thought originally he was going to be bigger than he ended up being. I really liked him. He was only in Agents of Chaos. Then he was in Balance Point briefly. And then he was like alluded to in a later NJO book, I think Destiny's Way. And he was alluded to in Unifying Force. And I think he was alluded to in Legacy of the Force as well. I need to one day do a video ranking the NJO covers. That would be fun. Yeah. Like all of them, but I don't know why I really like Vector Prime's cover. Okay, yeah, Vector Prime is a good cover. Yeah, let me know if you do a stream like that. If you'd have me, I'd love to join you for something like that. That would be really fun to rank all the NJO covers. That would be really fun indeed. Agents of Chaos 2, Jedi Eclipse. Didn't love this one as much. New Jedi Order Balance Point. I love this book. So when I was looking on thrift books before I read NJO, I saw someone say that this was the driest book in all of NJO. And when I read it, I absolutely loved it. I thought it told a really grueling story, and I really liked Kathy Tyer's prose in this one. Now, up here, you'll notice a prominent ding. I got this book practically new and paid like extra money for it. But then I was reading it one time at my church building, and my brother wanted me to play football with him, and instead I was reading this, which was a no-no apparently, because he then grabbed it up and ran around with it. He was just teasing me. And then he accidentally smashed the top right cover off of a pew. He didn't mean to, and he felt really bad at the end. I feel bad still for making him feel bad about it. It's not that noticeable, but there went a new book down to a very good condition, or at least in my opinion. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I'm overreacting. I know I overreacted then, but it's a good novel. Balance Point is. On that one, yeah, thank you. I'd love to join you for it. Balance Point is underrated. Absolutely, it is. The driest books in NJO are Force Heretic. Absolutely, agreed. Edge of Victory Conquest. Get that one in there. I loved that book so much. And I thought I'd like Rebirth even more because it's the birth of Ben Skywalker. But then I didn't like it that much. I thought it didn't focus on Anakin and Tahiri as much as the first one, sadly. But it's a great cover, this one as well. Greg Keyes is a really great writer for these, although I found the Final Prophecy to be a little bit dry, which will be to Greyholm's chagrin. Do any of your friends at school like the EU? No. I do have a friend who I've not gone to school with, but from where I live, and he had EU books. He read all of Timothy Zahn's books, which he was a big fan of, Death Troopers, all of the Tales from books, Jedi Apprentice, X-Wing, all of X-Wing. He read most of Bantam. He had quite a few in his collection. Yeah, and he really liked the EU, but at the same time, he said he didn't care that it was no longer canon, even though he liked it. He was like, I don't like it. I don't want it to be canon. And he liked the sequels, so I don't know. Yeah, that's rough, Greyholm. My favorite Star Wars Expanded Universe book, Star by Star. Now, as Marcel would probably say, that's a thick meatball, his famous saying. Super thick copy here. Love Star by Star. Read this one like 5 or 6 times. Cried every time because I can't handle it. So emotional, so good, so well written. Absolutely love it. Stick that one up here. All right, Dark Journey. This is a super underrated book. Speaking of underrated NJO books, I'd argue this is the most underrated of all. Elaine Cunningham's prose is so good. She writes Jaina Solo better than anyone, I would argue. And she writes Kip really well in this as well. You've got Lobaka and Zek involved in this. This was so super fun. It was a quick one, but it was such a fun adventure. And I absolutely loved Dark Journey. The cover's a little weird, though, but like Jaina's going kind of dark in it. So, yeah. All right. Rebel Force. Now, I don't think this was originally supposed to be a duology, because first it was just called Rebel Dream, and it doesn't even say enemy lines anywhere on it, on my paperback. And then on this one, it says enemy lines 2, Rebel Stand. So they're a duology. A lot of people like these books. I didn't love them. I thought they were a bit overrated. A lot of Alston's characters were featured. And there are some cool bits, though, like in Coruscant with the connection to what's his name? Ismarin showing up here. So good. So good. So there's some very good stuff in there still. Aha! My other favorite Star Wars book of all, Traitor, which is a literal character study of Jason Solo. A literal character study. It's absolutely amazing. I love this book. I can't wait for Matthew Stover to get to sign it for me and to get to ask him about Ganner Rysod's Last Stand, because it's so good. It's a shame how kids bully others for being into hobbies. That is a shame. Absolutely. Sad. Elaine Cunningham is a spectacular author. Yes, she is. Wrote wonderful D&D books, as Marcel and I can testify. Yeah, I'm sure she did. I really wish we'd gotten Blood Oath. Dark Journey and Enemy Lines really elevated Jaina for me. Okay, very cool. Enemy Lines overrated? Yeah, in my opinion. You loved it? I've heard Trader is amazing. It really is. Trader is the best. Yep. Matthew Stover is really smart. Yes, he is. That he is. Destiny's Way. Controversial take, but I'm not the biggest fan of Destiny's Way. As much as other people. Some people say this is the best novel in New Jedi Order, which I don't think it is. It's still really good though. And it's really a shame Walter John Williams only wrote this one book because his prose is really good. Oh boy. Well, to even this out, I'll put Final Prophecy up first, which was my least favorite Greg Keyes novel. Didn't love it that much. Even though it's right near the end of NJO. But, you know, a lot of people do like Final Prophecy. I think Greyholm likes Final Prophecy. All right, here we go. Oh boy, right? The worst covers, the worst books. All of these are awful. Well, not awful, but they're like the most mediocre NJO books. These three are the only three in NJO that I don't like. So it's unfortunate that the only storyline I don't like was the trilogy. This cover makes me like sick. This bright orange, it looks awful. What's it even called? Force Heretic Remnant. Now I do like Sean Williams as a writer, but I'm not a fan of Shane Dix apparently. Force Heretic Remnant, not so good. Force Heretic 2 Refugee. We've got a Searook on the cover, though, so that's really cool. But Jaina looks like a dude here. Jaina looks like a guy. I don't know why it's drawn that way. It's so bad. Are all the covers for NJO done by the same artist? I don't know. Someone else could probably answer that. Greyholm might know. I love Final Prophecy. A lot of people do. I don't know why I didn't love it as much. Final Prophecy blended together with Force Heretic Trilogy and Unifying Force for me. Yeah. Pico loves the Final Prophecy. Okay. Think you should give Remnant another try. I think it's really good. Okay, maybe. I'll reread it at some point. I didn't like their characterization of Saba Sabatine either. I thought Denning wrote her way better. Oh, and I hated Danny Quee being in this. I hate that character. And there's Reunion, the final one. I would have much rathered we gotten Nightfall trilogy, or even if we'd gotten Dark Tide stretched to a trilogy. Did some of the art for the Quinlan Voss Oh, really? Okay, that makes sense. He did the Darkness covers then. I have one of those down here that I'll show off later. That makes sense. Hard covers had the same artist. Okay, cool. At this rate, the stream's going to go another hour, so if any of you are still watching, fasten your seatbelts, I guess. The Unifying Force. Such a great cover. I'll stick that one over here. All right. Here we go. Greyholm, are you ready? You know what's next. I'm not going to show you until you comment what's next. You know what time it is now, don't you? I'll wait to move on until you confirm that you know what amazing trilogy is next. Cliff Nielsen, his wife did some other books, I think Edge of Victory for one. Explain in NGAO why Jacen isn't together with Tenel Ka at the beginning. No, it doesn't, which is why Magneto, Alex, and I are writing a fan fiction called Shifting Tides that is supposed to tie together Young Jedi Knights and New Jedi Order. It's in that 6-month period, and our goal is to show why Jacen shifts from being an animal lover jokester to philosophical. And it's also to explain why Tenel Ka and Jacen have the breakup. And it's also to explain why Anja Galandro is never heard of again. Dark Nest. There we go. Greyholm knows what time it is. Greyholm's favorite trilogy. Here we go. Oh, now you will admit these covers are great. the Joiner King. I love this cover. And the Unseen Queen. I like this one as well, not as much as Joiner King. But I might have liked it more, actually. I think I liked Unseen Queen more. Now, the Swarm War, which has the best cover of them all, is the one that I didn't like the most. I think this was my least favorite of the Darkness trilogy. I thought it was a bit of a letdown compared to the other two, but I still loved the Darkness trilogy overall. And the other person who loves the Darkness trilogy, it's like me and one other person. You may have heard of him, Quality Autism Noah. Me and him are absolutely just enamored with Darkness. We love it. Anja, I forgot how you spell it. You got it right the second time. Never appears again. Yeah, she never appears again. I would have expected her to be killed in NJ or something as well, but she's never mentioned. Star by Star really has a lot of Young Jedi Knights connections, but Troy Denning didn't mention Anja. So that's our goal. Explain why she's gone. Nobody wants to read about bugs, elder bugs. Yeah. That's a great Troy Denning quote. In my beloved fan fiction by Anori Fish, there are even more references, including Return by Anja. Oh, okay. Interesting. What fan fiction is that? I've not heard of it. No Can't Stopping about Darkness. He obviously he loves it. Yeah, exactly. Because I honestly thought it was something horror related. I especially even the creepy art with the Killix. Yeah, the Killix are really scary on the covers. I think they're great. The covers. Legacy of the Force Betrayal. Love this cover as well. It's a great book. It might be my favorite Alston book, which I know that will get some screams of rage from the chat from Greyholm. Legacy of the Force Bloodlines by Karen Travis. This also may be my favorite Karen Travis novel, though it's between this and No Prisoners, probably. This is one of my least favorite Troy Denning novels. I was expecting to love it because it's got Tenel Ka on the cover and it's focused on Hapes, but I just found it not that great. It's my least favorite Denning novel, I think, of all. Tempest. Place that one up there as well. Alrighty. Legacy of the Force Exile. By far my least favorite Legacy of the Force book and my least favorite Aaron Alston novel. Ooh. Legacy of the Force Sacrifice. Very sad one. I cried with this one, and Karen Travis wrote this really well. I think it's great. And try to get that in there. Alrighty. It's an AU starting from Star by Star, and they got characterizations down great. Okay. I've never heard of it. If you had to be any species in Star Wars except a human, what would you be? I'd probably be a near human species because I like being human. Maybe Zabrak. Like Iridonian, not Dathomirian. And maybe Zeltron. I could be a Zeltron. Turn some single mention characters who basically only had a name into 3D characters. Okay, cool. Matt Wilkins' second favorite Legacy of the Force book. Here's Inferno, which is the burning of Kashyyyk. I like this book a lot. I really like how Lumpy is in it from the holiday special. It's good stuff. Whenever you have a holiday special connection, you know it's going to be good. Alrighty. Legacy of the Force Fury by Aaron Alston. Again, one of my least favorite Legacy of the Force novels. This is one of my favorite from Legacy of the Force. Revelation is so good. So good. The cover art is great as well. It's one of the longer Legacy of the Force books. I really liked it. Place that one over here. All right. Legacy of the Force, Invincible. Very tough read. This one is despised for Tahiri's characterization by a lot of people I know, but I really liked Invincible. I really did. But I know a lot of people don't. Personally, you'd be a dancer instead of human. Such a good series. Man, hope the movie's going well. Hey, Adam, Red 5 Reviews. Thanks for stopping by. Really nice to see you. It's going all right. Hopefully it'll be over soon. Certain Germans don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, Legacy of the Force is such a good series. Indeed. Love Revelations cover. Looks like you. What does? Revelation? We've chatted face-to-face before. I can see it a little bit. I can see it. I can see that. Only good games. Watching the holiday special was among the worst 2 hours of my life. How did that special even get made in the first place? Well, some people found cocaine, and that's how the holiday special got made. In all seriousness, who knows? It was originally only going to be 45 minutes, which I think the story itself is good. If it had only been 45 minutes, I think it could have been really fun. But the network it aired on wanted it to fit an hour and a half slot, so it was an hour and 37 minutes instead. And so they had to pad it out with lots of random skits. And that's why it ended up being so bad. But I love when the EU references it. The EU didn't pretend it didn't exist or didn't happen. That could have been a contradiction. But instead they embraced it. And Chewbacca's family's in the Marvel comics. They show up in New Jedi Order and Legacy of the Force, and I absolutely love it. They found cocaine. Yes, indeed. That must be the explanation. Here's one of my favorites, Cross Current. I absolutely adore this book. It is so good. I can't stress that enough. It is so good. Tales of the Jedi connections, Legacy of the Force connections, Dark Forces video game connections. It is so good. So good. Everyone needs to go out and read Cross Current. Now, Riptide, I don't think is as good, but I do enjoy it still. That's all the way down here. Grab that one up. Alrighty. Riptide. Now, my cover is faded, I think. I don't know why, but I think it's a faded cover. I think it's supposed to be more visible than that. So I think it was sun faded or something like that. Because the spine looks pretty colorful still, but it's bleached of color. But I do like Riptide, but it's not as good as Cross Current. It's not as good. Can I fit Faded the Jedi into here? I don't think so. So I'll just get Millennium Falcon and Crucible, I think. All right, Millennium Falcon. Really good read. Not my favorite Lucino novel, but it's really good. It's really good, in my opinion. Catch up on the chat. That must be on some LSD as well. But I love the holiday special. I love it too. Said it a couple times. I've seen it 11 times. Apparently, I love suffering. That's funny. Only good games. Favorite part of the movie is when coked out Carrie Fisher sings the song at the end. Yeah, that's a great part, Pico. You always love the cover for Riptide. Yeah, I think it's really good. I just wish mine wasn't bleached of color. Chewie goes to rescue Han with a bunch of Wookiees. The author initially wanted the Wookiees to all be Chewie's wives, but Lucasfilm said no and have his holiday special family. Yeah, exactly. Michael P. Cube McDowell, who wrote the Black Fleet Crisis, wanted to make Wookiees, just all Wookiees in general, polygamists, and have multiple spouses. But Lucasfilm said no because they'd already done the holiday special. So I just love that they wanted to maintain continuity. More like Millennium Falcon. How dare you? Thanks for stopping by. It's nice to see you. So Michael P. Q. McDowell gave Chewie a bunch of relatives who hopped on and said, hey, look, it's Marcel. Yeah. Maybe they borrowed the cocaine from Carrie Fisher when they were making it. Who knows? Yeah. Carrie Fisher was sharing her supply with the writers, clearly. One of my favorite moments of Millennium Falcon requires post-NJO to enjoy. Yeah, absolutely. These guys capture Han and say the most hurtful things imaginable. Oh, yeah. And I love that we get to see Han Solo be a good grandfather. We get to see how good he is at interacting with and caring for Alana. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, ouch, ouch, ouch. Emotional punch after emotional punch. Indeed it is. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad scene. Yeah, that's rough. Very rough. Carrie was fine. Yeah, I think that's most everyone. Were all my Disney canon books? How dare you? Uh, I sold some of them, and I have a couple more that I'm selling. They're actually in the bottom of my basement in a pile. Yeah. Um, he was a great grandfather. Who was a great grandfather? Han? Oh no, of course he was a great grandfather. He was good at being a grandfather. I thought you were saying he was a great grandfather, like his like Alana had a kid or something like that, and he was, yeah. I don't know. Mama the Hutt from TCW. That's the correct answer. That's the correct answer, Marcel. Crucible. I've got some dust on the bottom of it, though. All right. I really like this cover, honestly. The hardcover cover is probably better, though. Wish we'd had more books after Crucible. You'd say Mara? Probably. Yeah, no one wants to buy the Lost Stars hardcover. Yeah, probably true. Yeah, good choice. Legacy Comics, Alex. Yeah. All right, I think I can't fit any more in here, so this is another box completed. So, there we have it. That's another one done. I will move some of the stuff I have here out of the way, and I might as well show this for Greyholm and Marcel. The J.R.R. Tolkien leather-bound Lord of the Rings and Hobbit books. I want to get the leather-bound Silmarillion that they did as well, where they split it up into different books. It's an absolutely amazing bundle. All right. Thank you guys for making my packing more enjoyable and joining me for this. All right. Scoot this box over here. It's really heavy. And this one's less heavy, but it's still pretty heavy. I got everything into those two boxes of my mass market paperbacks except my Fate of the Jedi books. All right, but I've got a tub here. This will probably get my Fate of the Jedi books packed up. But I've got some other stuff to work with as well up here. Like I've got my entire young readers novels. Got a bunch of picture books over here. So I'm gonna have to fish through here. Oh, and when Anonymous Gamer asked my most valuable books earlier, these are two picture books that are part of the EU. Shiny as a Droid and Fuzzy as an Ewok. These can go for over $100. My brother got me this one for like $15, and I got this one for like $8, and they're worth like, I think this one's worth like $70, and this one's worth like sometimes as much as $200. So those are some rare EU books for sure. Wow, looks awesome. Yeah, I need to get those eventually myself for sure. Also, being a grandfather, somehow I have trouble imagining that. I think Leia had to keep him in line most of the time. Being a young, yeah, absolutely, a young hot-headed smuggler. He mellowed out though and showed his maturity eventually. I think it's written well. Hardcover The Lord of the Rings and a mass market paperback of The Hobbit. Unfinished Tales in the Silmarillion. Nice. Had a ton of growth post-Endor. Yeah, Han had a ton of growth post-Endor. Lord of the Rings is amazing. I haven't watched the new series though. Don't know I would like. Yeah, you would not like the new Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power series. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Besides anything else, is saying Lord of the Rings is bad. Yeah, no taste, no culture. Absolute goblin. Yeah. So I'll try to get my Fate of the Jedi books in now. Here's Outcast. I really like the covers to Fate of the Jedi. Omen. Abyss. Backlash, Marcel's favorite. Allies. There's dust on the bottom of all these. That's not good. Gotta get. I wanted to get some like dust-proof glass cases that also filter out sunlight sometime. Keep them nice. But that would be expensive and very long term. And I actually have a job to fund it. Vortex. I really like this cover. Conviction. And Ascension and Allies. Geez, the dust down here is pretty bad. All right. Ascension and Apocalypse. And did I show Conviction? I don't remember. Let's see. Came up with the worst take. Then his Godfather and Blade Runner takes. Yeah, I heard those were controversial too. Oh, those take me to see the Lord of the Rings movies. It was like a holiday. Yeah, good old days indeed. The extended editions are really great. They add like 45 minutes of extra content to them. I'm on Vision of the Future. Going to upload Spectre of the Past today. Or going to try to. Very nice. Very nice. Can't wait to see that. Midcast. Midman. Midbiss. Midlash. Midlies. Midtext. Love it, Marcel. That's great. They were called, the Hobbit films. Decent, but nothing mind-blowing. That's a good way to put them. I really like the last one, which was very not like the book. Aren't controversial. They're just wrong, perhaps. So I guess I'll try to get Fate of the Jedi into here. I think I can stack them. Let me stack them in order, actually. That would probably be wise. Outcast, Omen, Abyss, Backlash. What's after that? Allies, I think, right? Allies, Vortex. Ascension. No, Conviction, Ascension, Apocalypse. Yeah. Here, I'll drop some down. Try to even it out. There we go. All right. Fate of the Jedi. Alrighty. Now, do I try to get my young readers novels into here? Or here, I'll actually do these. I think I can get these into here. Legacy of the Jedi by Jude Watson. Jedi Quest by Jude Watson. The hardcover. Book that kicked off the series. Secrets of the Jedi. Also by Jude Watson. So good. I cried with this one because of what happens with Siri and Obi-Wan. So well written. Really dark for a children's series, though. Let's see. Jedi Prince. Collected into a hardcover. That's book 1. Glove of Darth Vader, Lost City of the Jedi, and Zorba the Hutt's Revenge. Need to get the second one sometime. Can I fit New Rebellion in here as well? Nope. So what else do I get in here is the new question. Well, I think I can get these. Anakin's Fate, an original Star Wars Expanded Universe story. That does not fit. Darn it. So I'll deal with those later. I think I can get these in now. Where do I want to go over here? Yeah, maybe I'll go over here. That will not fit. Tales from the Galaxy by Matt Wilkins. Nope. Will Noah's Chronic fit? No. So I guess I'll just put some of these in then. The Ewok Who Was Afraid original story picture book. I don't know what to put in here now. Because there's a space here, but nothing's. Oh wait, if I put it that way, it'll work. All right, there we go. Yeah, why didn't I do that with these? Yeah, that'll. Will it work? Let me grab a lid. As you can see, my packing is not going well now. All right, it does fit. Perfect. Let me catch up on these comments real quick. Fate of the Jedi series any good? What about Legacy of the Force? I like Fate of the Jedi and Legacy of the Force. Got a car, Alex. That's what's up. Remember how crazy it was when I got my license. Now I hate driving, sadly. Some love them. Brennan, Matt, Alex. Some hate them. Noah, myself. Yep. Brennan, I love your shirt. Thanks, Marcel. Glad you like it. Bright orange. If I was wearing this, you couldn't miss me. I'd stick out of any crowd in a mall. I'm a Fate of the Jedi advocate, so I would tell you it's the best Star Wars. Wow. I keep hearing Secrets of the Jedi has the best Obi-Wan moment. That it does. Jedi Prince PKU, Jedi Prince series is fire. Yes, it is. It does. As you can imagine, Matt Wilkins hates it. Does he? Wow. That's Matt Wilkins. Truly believe Fate of the Jedi is the very peak of Star Wars for me personally. Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi together. Mostly all post Return of the Jedi is peak Star Wars. Yes, it is. So I've got Ewok Who Was Afraid and Anakin's Fate in here. Anakin's Fate tells its own story. Obi-Wan's Foe. This is just a retelling of Revenge of the Sith. But I got it for like $1, so I was like, why not? Has the Lucas Books in Hyperspace logo, so that's cool. This is a fun one. Anakin to the Rescue. It tells a completely original story set in between Phantom Menace. So when Qui-Gon goes to the Jedi Council to speak on Anakin's behalf, Anakin has a mini little adventure where he goes and saves a boy named Finn. Is that little boy with Jar Jar. It's a fun little story. I'm hoping for some reading with the revanchists for these. And it's cool that there's all these EU picture books. This is my favorite one, though. Queen in Disguise. It gives Padme's handmaidens all character names and kind of characterization. It's really, really fun. Really, really fun. I love this book so much. Is it essentially you? Probably not, but I really like it. You'd stick out from any crowd more if you wore a Waru shirt. That I would. Queen in Disguise has good art also. You're absolutely right, Arthur. Let me find some of my favorite panels. Oh yeah, just absolutely amazing art. Looks really great. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's some really good stuff. Shows the handmaidens training because they have to be like warriors. So good. I love it. Favorite children or young readers novel? I get the terms confused. So the difference is Young Jedi Knights is a young adult novel, a YA. Something like this is a young reader's novel. Jedi Apprentice or Junior Jedi Knights is a young reader's novel. And then a children's book or a picture book is something like this. Or like this. Those are children's picture books. This is a good one too. This is another children's picture book. Han Solo's Rescue Mission. I believe it came with a toy. It's a little hardcover book with some really cool art. And it tells a story of Han Solo rescuing some Ithorians, which is a story we never got anywhere. So it's a new EU story. And he has to escape space slugs in this story as well. This is 1998. It was released with a toy. So it's really cool EU. There's another one called Luke Skywalker's Race Against Time, but I don't have it yet. Hey, other Alex. Good to see you. Just packing up some EU. Revanch's voice has too much grit for these books. No, I think you could do it. Reading with the Revanchist Junior story time. Yeah, of course. Some of the terms are tricky sometimes. All right. I got a couple more up here to slide in there. This is just a direct adaptation of A New Hope with screenshots, so it's old, but it's not that great. Well, I just picked it up because it was a couple bucks. Planet of the Hoojibs. This one again is not that great. It's just a direct adaptation of the Marvel comics, but at the same time, it's got original art in here, and it's got a record in the back. I don't have a record player, so I don't know if it works or not. But whoa, let me find some of the original art in here. There's some original art though that looks pretty good actually. Let me show you this. Like, it looks pretty good, but it's just a retelling of the Marvel Comics storyline with the Hoojibs. My personal favorite young readers' books would have to be Galaxy of Fear. The Galaxy of Fear books are really good. I've not read them all yet. Oh man, you guys, please call it Reading with the Revanchist Junior. Yeah, exactly. It'll be so much fun. Read some picture books for the kids. Cut you love just as I finish breakfast. Well, thanks for joining, Iron. Nice to see you there. The Ewok Adventure. This just retells the story of Ewok's Caravan of Courage with screenshots from the film. So it's not really adding any new EU. Here's one that does add new EU. It's a completely original story. Adventures in Colors and Shapes with its own art, its own characters, its own original story. Focuses on pulsar plates. Establishes this guy who's a new rebel, even though he just looks like a trucker. It's really good stuff. I really like it. I first learned of this on Matt Wilkins' channel, and I love it. It's its own original story, and it even has EU connections. There's a Hoojib on there. So, yeah, very cool. I've got a couple more I can slide in here. This is one of the first EU stories ever, The Mystery of the Rebellious Robot. And this, along with The Maverick Moon, it's pretty long, but its art is absolutely horrific. I think it's been memed a bit. Here's what the art looks like, but it's its own original story. So it's its own expanded universe story about the gang solving a little mystery. Here's the panel that gets memed. That art's quite a acquired taste, I would say, but it's one of the first pieces of EU media ever. I think it's 1978, if I remember correctly. Space Trucker is my new favorite character. Yeah, he has a name. Let me find it. A scruffy rebel scavenger named Zilnor. Zilnor the Space Trucker, huh? Ahsoka's Possible Fate, isn't it called Visions? I don't have the book, but yeah, it does tell Ahsoka's possible fate. Yeah, yeah, that was a controversial one for sure. Last pages of Adventures in ABC's mixes up Forlom and Zuckuss. Oh, really? That's funny. That's a nice looking copy of Rebellious Robot. It's in pretty good shape. Kind of like the art though. Remember, this was the era of psychedelics. Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps I judged it too harshly. The Clone Wars Battle at Teth. This is just a picture book that I got for $1.75. It just retells the Clone Wars movie with screenshots from the movie and dialogue and stuff like that. I don't think it really adds any new EU, but I only got it because it was really cheap. The Clone Wars Heroes and Villains. It's like a flip book, $2.95, which is a pretty good price. So what this does is it's like a character encyclopedia for TCW characters. So we do get some new lore for all of them. Let me find some examples of. We go to the Heroes side. It's like a little character encyclopedia. So we get some new lore here. It's actually quite fun. Wait a minute. Did I flip the wrong way again? Yeah. Let's see here. I think there's some obscure stuff in here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But you know, I don't love TCW, so pretty mixed on it. I think that's all I can get into here. Well, I think I can slip my video games in here as well. Here's my ancient. I always say I don't have a PC because I don't really. I have my grandfather's like laptop from the early 2000s, which he typed sermons on. He was a preacher, and so I use that to play. It's a laptop from like 2001. It's just an old black bulky laptop, and it needs to be plugged in to work. But it reads these discs. It doesn't have a sound card, so for this I played the entire game without sound. But this is Dark Forces. For CD-ROM. So I'll slip that in there. Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith. The companion missions. These are pretty fun as well. You get to play as Mara Jade. I haven't progressed that far through the game on my current playthrough. I'm on like level 6, something like that. These levels are actually pretty hard. The game design's a little wonky at times too for this one. Try to slide that in there. All right, nice. And Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. For some reason, this is like, it's like the thing got taken out of this side here. And you've got Maw there, which is cool. And this is a 2-disc game. So, like, you open it up. And there's the other side with Jarek, which I'm sure Iron Inquisitor likes to see. And Kyle there. So I'll put that one down here as well. If I can fit it in. Maybe I'll fit it down this other side. Yeah, there we go. Got that in there now. All right. I'll catch up on these copies. I have now changed my name to Zilnor Enjoyer on your Discord. 5 picoseconds, Zilnor Enjoyer. That's amazing. Hey, Titus. Nice to see you. Epic history. The physical copies of all the Jedi Knight games on PC2. Very nice. Brandon knows what I like. Yes, indeed. Can new computers play those old games? I don't know. Probably. You can probably get them on Steam, too. Use your grandfather's old laptop. Sounds like it runs battery smooth most of the time. How does the Dark Forces run on it? It's from like 2001. I've not noticed too much lag with it. But it's an outdated computer. I could send you a clip of it running on it sometime. It takes like 15 minutes to start up the game, which is funny, but you know, I make do with what I have. Oh, some books started to fall over here in the box. That's not what I want to see. Not what I want to see. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's see. Do you have a Switch? I do have a Switch. Yeah, but you'll have a few issues. Okay. You can't play it then. I think it runs fairly smooth. But it's not like cutting edge or anything. My old computer. But yeah, I do have a Switch, and I'll get my Switch games in there now. These are the last 2 Dark Forces games. Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy is my favorite EU game of all. I'll open it up. I have the little chip in my Nintendo Switch case. Then you've got Episode 1 Racer, which does have some new lore, not a lot, and Republic Commando, which adds a lot more lore. And I have a limited run games copy of Knights of the Old Republic, where did the Knights of the Old Republic 2 go? Asper. They really messed up there. This one has a little booklet on the inside, which is nice. Those just jumped in value on the secondary market. Which ones? The limited run games, they usually do. Finish my beastly Windows 98 retro gaming PC project so I can play all those games with no issues. I'm very not tech savvy when it comes to the video games. I'm really bad with all of those. Limited runs, that's dope. You got the classics. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Then we have some other video games and stuff. Nintendo DS, Clone Wars, Jedi Alliance. This is a hard one to open. Got it. I don't know what's missing from up there. Should I be concerned about that? I don't know. There we go. Fit that down the side. Is this already cracked, or did I just crack that? No, it was already like that. Whew. Don't want to be damaging stuff. All right. The Force Unleashed on Wii. Alrighty. Kinect Star Wars for Xbox 360. Some new lore to this one. Hey, Blue Pig. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Catch up on these comments. How is that game? Which one? The Clone Wars Jedi Alliance? It's fine. TCW games are fine. My favorites from the EU, yeah. Blue Pig is here. It's a spot for a Game Boy Advance game, I think. Okay, interesting. So that's a spot for a Game Boy Advance game. Okay, so if it was there, I could play it on Game Boy Advance too. That's really cool. Pain to play with its controls. Stylus. The DS one, yeah. Yes, it's true. I am here. Connect Star Wars. Ever heard of it? Yeah, you can, as it shows on the back. So basically, the little sensor sees your movements. So that controls the Jedi on story modes. Or you can be like Twi'lek Dancers, Pod Race, Rancor. I've not played it yet, but I've seen playthroughs. Then these are pretty rare ones. These are their original stories. These don't adapt the games. These are their own new story content. Played through both of these. Jedi, the Clone Wars video game, which is a 2D. This is a 2D scroller style game with cartoony graphics. This is a 3D third-person game, Jedi Trials. There's like 16 levels to each of these. It took me like 3 hours to beat this one, like 5 hours to beat this one. Fun little games with their own original cutscenes, original lore, original stories. These are really, really cool. And not a lot of people know about them. I don't know where my console has gone for it. I'll look for that in a second to show you the console I got for them. They're pretty rare. I see. I think some people don't recognize them. Jumping in my Falcon will keep my side. I'm on solo. Yeah, the song Battle for Naboo on N64 is incredibly underrated. Not played it, but I'm sure it is. Trust me, you're better off skipping it. Most Kinect games are garbage to me, probably. The heck are those? That's these? Yeah, they're pretty... No, there's a console for them. I got it for like $30, and since then it's jumped to like $50. I got the console and both games for like $30. I'll find the console real quick. I don't know where it is right now. I can't find it right now, but it's like, Arthur, it's like, I'd say the console's like, it's smaller than a Switch. It's like DS sized. It was actually made to compete against the DS. It might be actually Game Boy Advance size. It's like the shape of that console. You play it on a Nintendo Dig. Sorry, a Leapfrog Dig. Nice. That's a pretty good deal. We get to dance about Puro propaganda song set to the tune of YMCA. That's awesome. No, sorry, it's a Leapfrog Dig. And the console actually is Star Wars design, which is really, really cool. Not sure if I can get anything else in this box. It's pretty well packed out. So I guess I'll close the lid on that one. That's another packed. Alrighty. And now I think I'll do Young Readers novels. See if I can get those in here. Alright. Jedi Apprentice. Oh, nice. They go in sideways, too. The Dark Rival. The Hidden Past. The Mark of the Crown. Defenders of the Dead. This was a good one. Kind of tragic, but good. The Uncertain Path. Again, very emotionally charged book. The Captive Temple. This was a good one, too. Pretty intense. The Day of Reckoning. This final showdown with Xanatos. The Fight for Truth. Siri Tachi is on the cover here with Obi-Wan. The Shattered Peace. I don't remember liking that one too much, actually. The Deadly Hunter. This one was fun. Ooh, The Evil Experiment. This was a pretty dark one. Qui-Gon captured there. Let me angle this more. All right. The Dangerous Rescue. Adi Gallia and Siri Tachi. The special edition, the first one, called Deception. These are kind of hard to find. I really love the cover here. These are thicker than the regular books. The Ties That Bind. The Death of Hope. The Call to Vengeance. Ooh, those ones were emotional reads as well. The Only Witness. This is a cool cover. Qui-Gon's in the eye there. Reflected. Let's see. Dig sounds wrong. Sounds weird to say. Yeah. Which ones? The Leapfrog Dig games? Let's see. Sounds incredible. The Threat Within. And finally, special edition number 2, The Followers. I think that one's like really a rare one. That will fit just in the tippy top there. All right. Next bunch. We've got episode 1 adventures. Even though these have screenshots from episode 1, these are their own completely original stories set before. These are pretty hard to find. And you don't want the game books for the story. You want not the game books. You want these. These are the novels. Threat Within was great. Yes, it was. Perfect ending. Oh, the novels I'm going through now? Where did I get them? eBay lots, eBay bids and auctions will cost you quite a bit, but it'll save you money in the long run. And going to thrift stores, Second and Charles, sometimes you get lucky. The Bartok Assassins. And this is the pretty dark one. The Fury of Darth Maul. He absolutely goes like slasher style on some people in this, which is surprising since it's for kids. But Ryder Wyndham does a great job with all of these. Jedi Emergency. That one was pretty bland in my opinion. This is the second arc by Dave Wolverton, who wrote The Courtship of Princess Leia. The Ghostling Children, The Hunt for Anakin Skywalker, Capture Arwen, who's a ghostling from Crystal Star, so it's got Crystal Star connections here. Trouble on Tatooine. These books really made me care about Kitster Benet. He was really good in this. Get both adventures and the game books, but I may just give up on the game books. The game books add nothing to my knowledge. They add nothing. Like new lore. Nothing that I know of. Wolverton's arc is legit excellent. Could be combined into an actual novel. Absolutely it could. It's really good. Really good stuff. Got really lucky when I was in elementary school years ago when they were donating books. I snagged one of the Episode 1 Adventures books for free back then. Very nice. Very nice. Continuity with Crystal Star. Indeed. Welcome back, Blue Pig. Tatooine Ghost has Kitster come back. It's pretty cool. That is cool indeed as well. But the Episode 1 Adventure books were the first ones that made me care about Kitster. This is the third arc, which I don't have all of. I'm missing 2, books 11 and 12. But here's, it tells the story of why Jar Jar was banished. Rescue in the Core, and the Festival of Warriors. Very cool. I'm missing the Bongo Rally and something else. I can't remember. But let's see here. Next, we're going to be getting to Jedi Quest. But first, we've got one of the Episode 1 journals that tells Episode 1 from a character's perspective. So this is Episode 1 from Darth Maul's perspective. This is by Ryder Wyndham. No, Jude Watson wrote this one. Jedi Quest: The Way of the Apprentice. And Jedi Quest isn't as good as Jedi Apprentice, but it's still pretty good. The Trail of the Jedi. This is the first one that I read, actually, because I didn't have book 1 at the time. The Dangerous Games, where he gets a pod race again, which is kind of fun. The Master of Disguise. And the plot to this is really good. It's tied in with the plot to Jedi Apprentice, so definitely have to read Jedi Apprentice first. The School of Fear. This was a fun one as well. The Shadow Trap. This is where Jedi Master Yaddle dies. Really emotional. Surprisingly emotional. I heard that she dies in the new canon, but from the sounds of it, the Jedi Quest story by Jude Watson is a much better ending for Yaddle. The Moment of Truth, which tells the story of when Obi-Wan and Anakin fell into the nest of Gundarks, which was mentioned in Attack of the Clones. Let me catch up on the comments here. Callista Trilogy or Thrawn Trilogy? Man. Callista Trilogy is better? Man. You'll see, I guess. The Gungan arc is also fun. Reading the Gungan slang speech is both hilarious and exhausting, indeed. Infuriating at times, too. Interesting in seeing Maul's perspective in Episode 1. Yeah, absolutely. It's fun stuff. Adds a little bit, I guess. Thoughts and stuff. EU being my main thing. When it was number 1, I was happier. Yeah, the EU's pretty great. Callista X Luke Forever? Definitely not. You and Matt Wilkins are the only ones. I've always wondered what became of Jar Jar after the rise of the Empire. Did he live long enough to witness its fall? Who knows? Matt Wilkins likes to think he died forgotten and alone on Naboo. He is a Wilkins disciple in his Callista Luke love. Is Yaddle the same age as Yoda? She's younger by several... I think he's like 200 years older than her. Something like that. Or no. She's pretty young. I think she's only like 300 or 400. Yeah, she's half Yoda's age, like Blue Pig said. Yeah. All right. The Changing of the Guard. This is a really great cover on that one. The False Peace, which starts to show Palpatine and Anakin starting to become closer, which the movies didn't really do. The Final Showdown. This one is quite emotional, quite dark. It shows you how Anakin can easily be corrupted. Let's see here. I'll slide the Secret Missions books in next, I guess, and save that for the next box. Secret Missions, which are TCW tie-ins, but since it's Ryder Wyndham, He's tied to like the Thrawn trilogy, Dawn of the Jedi, lots of stuff. Breakout Squad. He writes clone troopers really well. The 4 clones in this are really like real, likable characters. And Nuru Kungarama, the Chiss Padawan, is really cool in these too. So that's book 1, Breakout Squad. Book 2 is Curse of the Black Hole Pirates. This is the first one that I read. Again, I didn't have book 1 at the time. Really good stuff. Love the covers to these two. I don't see enough discussion about these, sadly, because I think they're really good. Duel at Shattered Rock with the Mandalorian there. And Guardians of the Chiss Key, where he confronts and faces his Jedi Master, who's gone dark. Very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. His Jedi Master's Ring Sol Ambase. And it's a good little series. According to Wikipedia. Oh, really? Okay. Matt has been reading New Canon Confirmed. Got the last 2 I needed for that Clone Wars series the other week. Very nice, Pico. I think you showed me that. The inclusion of the Infinity Gates was cool. Absolutely it was. Who is Yaddle's master, and do they ever elaborate on where Yoda's species originates from? No, they don't. There's Yoda species appears several times. There's Yoda, Yaddle, Vander Tokair from the KOTOR comics, Minch from the Tales short comic, and there's one other appearance. It's It's Orteg from SWOTOR. So there's several appearances. I don't think they really go into the origin because George Lucas didn't want that. What can I slide into here next? I guess I'll slide the missions books. Try to keep the series together. I have very few missions books so far. I have book 1, Assault on Yavin 4, and book 8, Togorian Trap. And I read Togorian Trap and it was fine. I think I was missing some of the context still. I'll grab my 2 Rebel Force books as well, which I got for $2.95. $2.95, which is pretty good. But I'm missing 4 of them. I've only got books 1 and 3 so far. Had to read the others as ebooks. Target and Renegade. So I'll slide those in here. Very nice. I'm liking how this is packed. I think it's pretty good so far. All right, and I can try to slide these in now as well. These rare EU picture books. Shiny as a Droid and Fuzzy as an Ewok. So get those in there. It might not close, though. We'll see. No, it won't close. Darn it. So, guess I'll flip these, and I think they'll still go. Absolutely they will. So, perfect. It's another box done, I think. So I'll set this one over to the side. And I'm running out of boxes now. I've got 4 left. Should I try to get my comics in now? Or I guess I'll finish off my young readers novels. I think my adventure journals will fit into one of these as well. Oteg and SWOTOR, yeah. You used to think Minch was Yoda? Yeah. Big Giz, yeah, he was great in these. Be funny to gaslight Matt into thinking there was a new canon book that was Legends. Maybe Heir to the Jedi that was originally supposed to be Legends. I'll have to show all my EU collection, yeah. Fuzzy's an Ewok, yeah, that's a hard one to find. You have a confession to make. Oh boy. Yeah, I knew that. I think a lot of us knew that. All right. The Fight to Survive, Boba Fett Book 1. Crossfire, Boba Fett Book 2. Book 3, Maze of Deception. That was a pretty fun one. Hunted, which included Dirge. He's on the cover. A New Threat. Pursuit, which is a pretty good one. I think that was one of my favorites in the series there. I'll get my episode 1 or episode 2 adventures up. Remember, get the novels, not the game books if you want the stories, guys. These are really good. I really enjoyed these. I was really surprised. Hunt the Sunrunners, the first one. And again, even though they have screenshots from episode 2, these are completely original stories set before. The best book title in all of Star Wars. The Cavern of Screaming Skulls. Is that not the complete best episode 2 adventures novel? Solid release date in the works for Supernatural Encounters. Not currently. I've been saying it'll come out in June sometime. The author's on like the last couple chapters. Then he'll be done. Oh, really? It's Blue Pig who's behind that. Interesting. Fabe, hello there. These game books have almost got me a few times. Yeah, don't go for the game books. There's no new lore. Or if there is, it's minuscule. It's not the stories. Bought the 3-in-1 for the Boba Fett series, so now I got to find the library printings of the last 3 to make sure they're the same size. Yeah. The Hostage Princess. This was a pretty good one as well. I love that Obi-Wan almost gets married in these. It was so funny. Jango Fett versus the Razor Eaters, the start of the second arc, which has some connections to the original Marvel comics because Score appears in these. The Shapeshifter Strikes. I spent $25 on this one book. I got the others for like $3 each, but this one was super expensive at the time. Now I think they are all pretty rare and expensive, but it's not anything great. It gives a little more character to Zam Wessel. It's fine. And the Warlords of Balmorra. When I first bought this, they sent the game book, but I was able to return it and get the novel, luckily. He has 150 pages left or something. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming soon. The Revenge of the Sith Young Readers novel. I think I got this for like 50 cents. It's pretty beat up. I don't know how much new content there is to it. Last of the Jedi, The Desperate Mission. I love this series so much. That's Dark Warning. So many of these are so good. Underworld. Death on Naboo. A Tangled Web. This was one of my personal favorites, and it's a great cover. But then they redesigned it for the last half of the series to be like a different format, which is kind of annoying for a collector, having it on their shelves. Kind of wonky. Return of the Dark Side, one of the best covers. Secret Weapon. Tarkin started to get involved here. It's very interesting. Against the Empire. Great cover. Ooh, $300. And you had to get 10 because the last 4 are only reprints of the episode 1 adventures. That's really frustrating. Man. Yeah, Score is interesting. Only good games, I agree. And yeah, these covers are great. This actually is one that I don't love because I think Leia looks weird and so does Ferris. Master of Deception. And then here's the one that the only cover I don't love is this because it's just a screenshot of Vader. It's a missed opportunity. It could have been better. Depicted something from the book, actually. This is a really beat-up copy I have because at the time, this one was selling for $50. So I got it for $10 in like acceptable condition. It's the only way to get it at the time without breaking the bank. Adventures in Hyperspace Book 1. I need to get Book 2. This is Firing Race. And I have a self-printing of Book 3, which was never published. The Big Switch. And Firing Race here. So that's very cool. Sadly, couldn't get it completely right for the self-printing, but it's like as close as you can get. I'll stick this one in at the end. Science Adventures Book 1, Emergency and Escape Pod 4. I'm missing Planet X, but I hope to get it at some point. And then I have Jedi Prince and Galaxy of Fear. So I'll go through Galaxy of Fear here. Book 1 with the holographic limited collector's cover. City of the Dead, again with that cover. It's holographic. Planet Plague, Book 3. The Nightmare Machine, one of my personal favorites because of its connections to Jedi Prince. Ghost of the Jedi, which is Book 5. Army of Terror, Book 6, the finale to the first arc, which I think is the best arc. The Brain Spiders with the limited collector's cover. The Swarm, featuring Captain Thrawn, which I got for $2, which this one goes for like $40 usually. So it was a great deal, and it's got Captain Thrawn in it, which is pretty cool. I didn't know those episode 1 books in my episode 1 adventures set, so it worked out in that regard. That's nice, yeah. Didn't you get a custom? Yep. You think you read book number 1 during your childhood? Very nice. Love these. This wasn't the 6 original 2 episode. Very nice. Very nice. Clones. Features a clone of Darth Vader. Very wacky stuff. The Hunger, which Marcel sent me. Thank you so much. He had an extra copy, and I was missing it, and he sent it my way. So I'm only missing 2 now. I'm missing books 9 and 10. And then I'll have a full run of these. These are super hard to find. Guess I'll do Jedi Prince next. The Glove of Darth Vader, which I do have the hardcover collecting the first 3. I want to get the second hardcover as well, but I just love these paperbacks too. The Lost City of the Jedi. The cover art is so good for these. My personal favorite, Zorba the Hutt's Revenge, because who doesn't love a Hutt with dreadlocks? Dreadlocks on his beard, nonetheless. Mission from Mount Yoda. This was my least favorite. It's a weird title, weird name, weird cover. It was a mass story. Queen of the Empire. Great cover, great title. Prophets of the Dark Side. I really like this finale too. My copy is pretty mangled though. I think I got it for free from a guy who gave it to me, just for free. But he said his dogs got to it at some point. Galaxy of Fear Rules. Do you have any EU t-shirts? Yes, I have a Quinlan Voss t-shirt, an Always Be Yourself Unless You Can Be Jason Solo, then Always Be Jason Solo t-shirt. And I actually wore that around my aunt one time. She's like, "What's your shirt?" And then I explained who Jason Solo was. Had to explain what the EU was as well. And then she was like, "Oh, so you want to be like that character?" And I was like, "You'd better hope not, because he kills his aunt." Then I also have a shirt that has the Legends banner and says Legends Never Die with a EU symbol on it. And I want to get a Dark Forces video game shirt. And I plan on printing a Heir to the Empire Czechoslovakia, Czechoslovakian cover t-shirt that Marcel has. And I want to print a Vector Prime t-shirt. The Glove of Darth Vader Forever Classic. Yes, indeed. Tash gets her brain removed. Wacky stuff. Yeah. 9 was a really expensive one back when I was collecting the Galaxy of Fear books. That's Spore, right? That's one that I'm missing. Jedi Prince in hardcover was at my middle school library. Right now, checking those out too. You wish there were dudes like you at my school, Brennan. Well, I wish I was at your school too. It would be nice to talk to you with you. And you troll me in person, I'm sure. All I've knows the first 5 Jedi Prince each had an environmental message. Yeah, I know. Ant Killer. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in and making my packing more enjoyable. Junior Jedi Knights, the Golden Globe. There's Ikrit. Junior Jedi Knights Lyrics World. This was my favorite of the entire series. I just love the concept of the planet. Junior Jedi Knights Promises. This one is super dark if you read it after knowing what happens to Anakin and Tahiri. Anakin's Quest. This is on Dagobah with Ikrit. We learn that Yoda is Ikrit's master there. Vader's Fortress. And this one took me forever to find. I just was given it for my birthday from my mom, who got it for me as a surprise. Book 6, Kenobi's Blade. So lucky to have added that. What can I fit down the sides here, I wonder? Maybe I'll fit New Rebellion hardcover. Yeah, fits down in there. Will Crystal Star go as well? Yes, indeed it will. Very nice. Crystal Star hardcover going in there as well. I think these are the standard hardcover sizes rather than the SFBCs. The Journal of Master Nostaral, an in-universe SWOTOR journal from that ties into SWOTOR, basically summarizes like the history of the galaxy. This is so good. I love this book so much. It's so good. So I'll slide that in there. And I'll slide this self-printed copy in there as well. All right. Don't think I can fit anything else into this box. I might actually be able to fit some DVDs in. Clone Wars: The Lost Missions. No, that will not fit. So I'll get those DVDs in somewhere else. All right. Another box finished. Woohoo. So I'll set that over to the side. Set this one over here as well. All right. Adjust my camera. The shelves are looking pretty empty now, aren't they? Pretty empty. Kind of sad. Crystal Star Hard is supremely underrated. Absolutely it is. Book 1, Whaling. Book 2, Forest Fires. 3, Smog Pollution. Book 4, Toxic Waste. Book 5 includes an exact breakdown of global warming. Yeah, it was very on the nose messaging in there. There was even like a Save the Trees hipster guy who was a Hodin species. That was funny. You gonna hop on no stream and help with making sense of the rebel? Yes, plan on it. So amazing. Truly can't express how much everyone should read them. Absolutely. Amen. Saw that one already. Crystal Star hardcover. Yep. One of my only 2 Expanded Universe novel hardcovers so far. So glad you read Junior Jedi Knights before you read NJO. Absolutely. Waru is with you. Indeed, always. Really want the Journal of Master Nostaral. Yeah, I got it for like $8. So check eBay or check Thrift Books. Sometimes it's on there. It's really good. It's really good. And for someone like me who hasn't played the SWOTOR game, it summarizes a lot of the events leading up to it and from the game. So it's like really, really helpful for understanding the lore. May Waru and the Anti-Force be with you. Indeed. No, I don't play it much. SWOTOR is something extremely cool to me. Absolutely. As long as the drive to the new house, around 15 hours. No worries. Go on. Noah's more interesting than me anyway. It's got a cool accent. Yeah. I don't even know who this alt that is. I suspect it's you, though, Blue Pig. I'll get my adventure journals in here next, is what I'm thinking. All right. Adventure journal number 1. That fits pretty nice. Yeah. Adventure journal number 2. Adventure journal number 3. I love these so much. Adventure journal number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8 with the Christmas Yoda heart cover. What do I do to keep entertained? Play a video game, watch a movie, text you guys, read books. Missing a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Through SWOTOR on YouTube, and it's been really cool. Yeah, I bet Callum Johns is like a canonical run-through of the game. And Alex sent me a playlist that's like a pretty canonical, like, completist run-through. I can't wait to sit and watch them all. I've only watched like 40 minutes of it so far. And then I've watched breakdowns of the story as well. This is number 9. So I have all of them. I have 1 to 10. All of 1 to 10. But then 11 costs like $200. So I don't have that one yet. This is 12. And here's 13. So I'm missing 3. I'm missing 11, 14, and 15. Which are all pretty hard ones to get, unfortunately. Then I have some pretty thin kiddie books. Star Wars Epic Battles, which does have some new lore. It's like a little source book about the Clone Wars. I think it has some. It just talks about like a bunch of the battles that have occurred. Add some context. The art on the front is really good. Just a lot of screenshots from the films. But I love that art. Oh, that won't fit. Nope. So I'll fit that in somewhere else. And then Clone Troopers in action as well. These don't really add anything. They're just like, I guess they just fill out the shelf a bit. Not much EU to them, if any. Sometimes a little. Maybe I can fit the Lost Missions down there. Yes, I can. Clone Wars: The Lost Missions. And can't fit that. Yeah, but I'll just put it in like that. That should be good. And then I've got my other DVDs up here. Where'd my Attack of the Clones DVD go? It's over there. All right. So what else can I get in here, I'm wondering? I might actually get some omnibuses in here, maybe, if I can. All right. Let's see. This is a great idea for a stream. Glad you're enjoying it. Venture Journal, Squib, Mace Windu, then Samuel. Yeah, absolutely. The original Mace Windu is better. Yeah, I'll be happy when I get all of them too. Imagine my surprise when I found a Lasat in an adventure journal and I realized Filoni didn't come up with the species. Exactly. Filoni did not create anything. Here's a, let's see. It's going to fit in here. Maybe my omnibuses here. This is Omnibus Rise of the Sith from Dark Horse. That doesn't really fit. Maybe if I... that's tough. It barely doesn't fit. Maybe I'll get something in there first. Maybe it'll fit when it gets wider near the top. Ultimate Chronic, or Chronology, I should say, does not fit either. So now I'm just left wondering what to do with this space. Maybe my comic issues can go there. Let me grab them from down here. Oh, I have a hard copy of Balance Point without the dust jacket. Forgot about that. Set this over here then, I guess. Character Encyclopedia might be able to go in. Yeah, I'll do that. Clone Wars Encyclopedia, Character Encyclopedia. These won't fit. The lid won't close. Crap. Let's see. These won't fit either. I'm at a loss what to do for this space. Printing a Warrior shirt, that would be cool. Anyone have any ideas for what I can put in here? What am I missing? Maybe I'll finish off the DVDs. It's a shame the omnibuses won't fit. I have a couple other things up here, so I'll probably use those, yeah. Yeah, I'll get these in there. My DVDs here. And I see some other stuff as well. Reach over and grab those. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do now. Some of these comics in here. Alrighty. So I have a copy of Splinter of the Mind's Eye that's like the original Del Rey printing, like the old one, not like the 90s reprint, which I also have. So I'll set this in here, I think. Well, first maybe I'll put the DVDs in. So we've got Clone Wars Seasons 1 to 5, the Collector's Edition. It's quite a big set, and it has a little guidebook in there as well. So I'll set that in there. The Clone Wars movie. The much superior Clone Wars micro series from Genndy Tartakovsky. The Droids and Ewoks custom Blu-ray complete series that someone made and sold as a custom on eBay. I love these DVDs. Look so good. The printing on them. And the quality is better than the YouTube quality. Don't know if it's better than the Disney Plus quality or not. Probably not. Let's see. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Put those in there. I don't need it. Thank you, though. It's my brother. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones DVDs. These are the widescreens. Revenge of the Sith. And the Immaculate Holiday Special bootleg. This is in really good quality. The Star Wars Holiday Special. On the back, at the top, it says, it has George Lucas's quote, "If I had time and a hammer, I'd track down every bootleg copy and smash it." So it's pretty cool. I guess I'll put the Droids and Ewoks custom on top of that. Or, yeah, I'll get these now. The Clone Wars Adventures. This is volumes 8, 5, and 9. There's 10 of these, so I have a long way to go with these ones. Quinlan Vos is on this cover, which is cool. It's cool to see him in the Genndy Tartakovsky style. So layer those on there. All right. Now, here's some TCW tie-in graphic novellas. The Digest Comics Crash Course, which was Service of the Republic, which was really good. The Sith Hunters, my favorite of all of them. I absolutely adore this book. So good. Shipyards of Doom. Now, this is the Target exclusive cover, so it's a little more rare. That's Captain Fox, except he's not in this book. So I don't know why he's on the cover. And that story was kind of meh. This one was adapted into TCW, even though it first appeared here. Slaves of the Republic. It's fine. Let's see. Missed a lot of comments now. A glow-in-the-dark Waru keychain. That would be amazing. Rickety old Dark Horse omnibuses. Yeah, careful with the spines indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep those safe. Thinking you sir need a comic long box. I actually have one. I might stop the stream and go run and get it. Because I could use that, yeah. Kongorama is back in the Origami Fish fan fiction. That's cool. I've never heard of Origami Fish. Do you have a lot of comics? I have quite a few. I would like to once more say for the record that I'm been well established to be Blue Pigs. Very cool. Ewoks is goated. Indeed it is. Slav reached out to the guy who sold me the Ewoks and Droids Blu-ray, and he was able to get him to make another. So I'll ask Slav sometime what the seller's name was, because I forget, and you could reach out to them and maybe get another one. Star Wars Holiday Special. What even was that? Being framed. You got the goods. Any UK exclusive stuff? I have an annual from the UK. I don't have any of the UK exclusive Clone Wars comics. I do have some of the UK exclusive Marvel comics, but they're in like the hardcover omnibus. Yeah. So I don't think I can fit anything else into this box, except maybe the Splinter of the Mind's Eye copy slide in. Yes, it will. the original copy, which was very cool to have. I saw it at the store for like $1, and even though I already had the reprinted one, I was like, I have to have that, you know. All right. Another box done. All right. Not sure where I'm going to set this one. I guess I'll go over here to place it down. All right. Might as well get some comics in now, right? Figuring out the order here. I guess I'll put the epics in first. Probably, right? Tales of the Jedi Epic Collection. Volume 2. Because the first one was Dawn of the Jedi. New Republic Volume 6, which is Crimson Empire. New Republic Volume 3, which I think is X-Wing. As is Volume 2. The X-Wing comics are really good, in my opinion. Volume 1, which for a long time this was really rare. It was once like worth $300, but now it's worth less. The newspaper strips, Volume 1. I'm missing the second volume. I'd like to get a complete full epic collection sometime, because I really think the epics are a nice size. They're a little flimsy, but they're really cool, and they look really good on a shelf when you have them all together. All right, so there's the epics are in. Why did I just put a random issue right there? I don't know why. All right. Now I'll get some graphic novels on top of that. I think these are some Galaxy magazines up here. Yeah, some Galaxy mags. What goes in next? Guess I'll throw the Dawn of the Jedi comics in first, because those are pretty valuable and want to keep them nice. These are worth over $100 for these each. Force Storm and Prisoner of Bogan. In pretty good shape too. So I'll put those in. Force Unleashed 2. But I'll put Blood Ties in first. Blood Ties, Jango and Boba Fett. That one's worth quite a bit if I remember right. And I'll throw these in as well. This is volume 2 and 3 of the SWTOR comic graphic novels. The Lost Sons and Thread of Peace. I got those for fairly cheap. Knight Errant Volume 2, Deluge. What now? This is a valuable one, so I'll want to put it further down the pile to keep its spine nice. Tales from the Clone Wars. This was worth over like $275 at one point. I got it for $20. These were super, super rare. Collecting some of the Clone Wars web comics by Pablo Hidalgo. So that's definitely a gem. Let's see. Oh, you transport your soda can collection without them getting dense. I'm going to use wine boxes to try to keep them nice. Alrighty. Let's see. What next? I guess I'll put Star Wars Union in. This was worth quite a bit at one point, the Union graphic novel. I got it for $5. So I'll stack that one in there. I hate how the spines to comics get like bent if you like stack them up on top of each other too much. It's really annoying. I guess I'll do these ones next. Rite of Passage with Quinlan Vos. Darkness with Quinlan Vos. Twilight with Quinlan Vos. His first appearance, other than Phantom Menace. His first named appearance, I should say, then. Will these go there? Nope. Still need to figure out how to get my omnibuses in there. Maybe I'll finally get Noah's Chronic in. It's tricky. I think that'll work. completely unofficial Star Wars Legends timeline compiled by Trevor Davey. Got the Legends banner on the back. Throw that in there as well. That should work. Put Force Unleashed 2 in. And I guess I'll do these ones next. This was my first expanded universe graphic novel. General Grievous. Darth Maul Death Sentence, which has absolutely amazing art, and I love that comic. Brian Wood Star Wars Volume 1, Shadow of Yavin. Vader's Quest, about Darth Vader discovering Luke's name. This one I'm very mixed about. Like, if it's good or not. Like, I go back and forth about, like, how good is it. Now I guess I'll put some of my single issues in. I have to grab them up first, though. Put these omnibuses over here. Alrighty. Knight Errant number 1. Knight Errant number 2. Knight Errant number 3. Knight Errant number 4. Number 5, I don't have a sleeve for. Look at the SWOTOR ad on the back. Looks great. But that's number 5. So I guess I'll just place that in there. Wish it was bagged. But oh well. Here's Darkness, which the guy who did this apparently also did the Force Heretic trilogy covers, is what Alex was saying earlier. Yeah, I've been really lucky to get as much as I have already at a young age, you know. Starfighter Crossbones, issue 1. I love these covers, by the way. Starfighter Crossbones, issue 2. I got the Starfighter Crossbones series for like $3 for all 3 issues. And Starfighter Crossbones, issue number 3. This series is really like not talked about a lot. It ties into the Starfighter video game. And I think it's pretty good. Like, it's got Nim in it, and he's a really interesting character. So yeah. Let's see, Dark Times issue number 11, which wasn't collected into a graphic novel because it was part of the Vector arc. I've got number 12 as well, but it's not bagged, unfortunately. I'll need to... I have some extra bags somewhere. Rebellion issue 6, which I really didn't like the over-dramatic comic bubbles that these issues did. But there you go. Issue 9 of Rebellion. I don't know if I'll have to disassemble it or not. For lifting it, I might have to take the shelves out. But they should be able to slide into my van pretty good. Rebellion issue 10. This is actually a pretty good cover. I like it. That's a good issue. Some good lightsaber duels in there. Issue 12. I really didn't like the character that's on this cover, but oh well. Rebellion issue 13. Why won't this one go in there? There we go. Rebellion issue 16, which is Vector tie-in. This one looks boarded. Yes, one of my favorites. One of my personal favorites. Shadow Soccer. Super fun stuff. I think those were originally printed in the Galaxy magazines, though. This is an issue from the original Star Wars run. Issue number 54 from the original Marvel 80s Star Wars comics. Invasion issue number 1. Of course, dealing with the Yuzhan Vong. That will not fit in there. Will it fit that ways? Nope. I'll just layer it on then, I guess. Layer it on this way. Where'd the rest of my Invasion comics go? I know they're around here somewhere. They're over here. I have some money here. Saving for stuff at Legends Con. Those are the Jedi graphic novels. I'll deal with those in a second. These Galaxy magazines I've got for Alex and Marcel because they're extra copies, so I'm going to give them to them when I see them at Legends Con. So I'll set those aside somewhere safe for now. All right. There's I forgot, issue 0 of Invasion first, which has a great cover. Wish the comics were good for Invasion, but they're really bad. Why won't this close? Issue 1 again. Going in. Issue 2. Now they're out of order. Issue 3. Issue 4. And issue 5. All right. Now we've got rescues. So first in rescues is one of the rarer things I have. This one's worth like $200. My friend Brady told me. It's a one of only 1,000 copies cover for Dark Horse 100 Special Edition. So it's a variant cover. Vader the Jedi fan. You'll take it? Yeah. I'm going to hold on to that. Buy new EU with it, you know. Issue 2. And issue 3 of Rescues. Issue 4. And issue 5. I think that'll about max out this. Can I slide anything else in there? Let's see. I think I can slide this pop-up book in there. Star Wars pop-up book. That might fit. It might not. We'll see. Guess I should try to close the lid now. It does close. That's a good sign. Another box done. Almost 3 hours into the stream. Alrighty. Whew. So, we're almost done. Got a couple other single issues over here. River of Chaos 2, 4, Devil Worlds, Jedi Academy 1, 2, 3. Where is 4? Up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hunt for Aurra Sing. Ewoks. All right. I think this is where I'm finally going to put my omnibuses in. So I'll grab those. Hopefully they fit. All right. I don't know. That leaves I don't know where I'm going to put my omnibuses. Probably somewhere else. They just don't really go with this size of box very well. It leaves like a lot of gaps either side. So I guess I'll just do more graphic novels here then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of Dark Times. There was never a volume. The volume 3 was a vector volume. So I'll slide those in there. All right, and I've got a couple more graphic novels up here. Volume 3, 4, 7, and 8 of the Clone Wars graphic novels. So slide those in there. Got some thin graphic novels up here. This is Tales number 1, as well as the Zam Wesell and Jango Fett graphic novels. Tales of the Jedi graphic novels. And I'll pack these down the side then. Ewoks 80s issue. Hunt for Aurra Sing. Jedi Academy 1 to 4. Devil Worlds. And River of Chaos 1, 2, and 4. All right. Maybe I'll fit some of my Galaxy magazines down here now. Galaxy Magazine issue 1. Issue 2. Issue 3. Great cover. I made a whole other video about the Galaxy magazines if you want to check it out. Issue 4. A couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago already. Issue 5. And I think I'll fit one more in. Issue 6. I might actually... Nah, that's pretty tight now. Yeah, I think I only got 6 in. That's good. That's good, though. I guess I'll try the omnibuses now. Maybe. Where did I put those? Here they are. All right, Adventures Omnibus. You've caught up, Greyholm? Caught up on what? Rise of the Sith. Droids. And Droids and Ewoks. Now I'm once again going to be at a loss for what I put in here. Maybe these finally go in here. Or maybe down the side. Nah. Maybe on the top. Yeah, they can go on the top. Tales from the Galaxy from Matt Wilkins. Volume 4. I'm not sure if that'll fit or not. Hopefully it does. Lightsider Essential Legends Collection. Maybe if I tilt these. Nope. Nope. I think I can get this in there maybe. The Newspaper Strips Volume 1, which is collected again. Excuse me. Elsewhere in the Epic collection for the newspaper strips. That will definitely not go in there. All right, so I don't know how to fill out this volume anymore to maximize any more space. Will this go in there? Nope. I have some papers I could stick in there. Some maps from the SWOTOR Journal of Master Nosdaral. Oh, at 2 times speed? Very nice. Thanks for watching. I know it's really late for you now, isn't it? Maybe not really late, but it's pretty late. Please. No, it doesn't fit. So I'm at a loss for what to do to pack out this volume, this box anymore. Nothing really else can go. Aha. Clone Wars Gambit. or as Matt Wilkins calls it, Sieging Gambit. This is Clone Wars Gambit Siege, which does fit. Look at that. Very nice. And Clone Wars Gambit Stealth, or Stealthing Gambit. No, I just made that one up. All right. Stick that one in there as well. Maybe in this way. Maybe like this. I don't know how to protect them best. I think that'll protect them best that way. And then I'll stick these in here, these papers that I want to frame eventually. I don't know what else I can put in here. I think I've maxed it out. Oh, wait. I could maybe put these in. This is a SWTOR Cinematics custom DVD. I don't have the DVD yet. Well, I have the art on it. I'm going to like burn the cinematics onto this. I got the formatting slightly off, so I'll probably redo that at some point. I can put that in there too. I don't want this falling like on the Gambit books, so I might put them face down. Yeah, that should keep them in better shape, like the spines and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty packed out pretty well. So that's another one done. So I'll set that one aside as well. Pretty heavy again. And then I have a couple other boxes as well that I can fill out. I've already filled this one out with some comics. So I think I can finish out Galaxy Magazine on here. 7. First appearance of the Jebby, by the way. 8. 9. Hey, Greyholm, look at this. Solonian versus Han. 10. 11. 12. And 13. All right. Now, I might... Here, I'll put this in as well. This is a Life magazine issue about George Lucas. So put that there. And then I'll put these Galaxy magazines for Marcel and Alex. These extra ones. And I'll get Tales from the Galaxy in here. And Lightsider Essential Legends. My Skywalker self-printing that I'm going to give to Abel G. Pena at LegendsCon. Can this drop down the side? That does not seem good for the comics, so I will not do that. I think this one's pretty maxed out as well now. Maybe that'll fit as well. Grab the lid here. Yep, it closes. It's another box done. All right. Heavy one here. Because I've already packed it out with a couple books. Fantasy Flight Games RPG. And also my big omnibuses. The Sword of the Jedi unreleased trilogy omnibus. I have to keep that hidden. I'm only borrowing Christopher Nelson's copy of it right now, and I'm not allowed to show it on camera, sadly. And I got Escape from Dagu from Scott Johnson and Matt Wilkins as well, and I'm not allowed to show those either, sadly. and they're only on loan, sadly. You know, they're test copies, Del Rey test copies. All right, I'm kidding. I have some other stuff down here. I think it's an empty box here, though. Yep. Another empty box to fill. Probably going to get some of my guidebooks in here. So, what can I get in here? My Darth Maul lightsaber. Okay, so I've got Official Poster magazine. I think I could slide that in another box. This has an EU short story in it that was first released in this magazine. Yeah, that fit in there. Maybe I can slide some other stuff in there. The non-canon Tag and Bink comic graphic novel. And yeah, I think I can squeeze this in as well. This is a picture book that tells its own original story that ties into TCW. It's its own original story. Let me find it's its own original picture book story, telling its own story. And Matt Wilkins didn't know about this. So one of his Matt's Expanded Universes, he mentioned that a viewer told him about this and he wasn't aware of it. And this is a UK exclusive, Only Good Games. You can't find these on the internet anymore. I got my copy for like $11. So I think it's pretty rare. Might be worth a little bit. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I was able to squeeze those into a other binder. And then I have this copy of the self-printed Boba Fett, A Practical Man copy that I made myself. Doesn't look the best. It's fine, though. These are the pages. It's like Weston Games sourcebook size. The quality's fine, but I wish it was a mass market paperback. Didn't know how to format that, though. So, yeah, added those to that box. Alrighty. This is a RPG, Invasion of Theed, tabletop. It's got like some magazines in here. One of the magazines has a EU short story. Maybe I'll start off with this, the newspaper strips volume. Nice, yes, that fit pretty well in there. Here's another self-printing. It's some online-only Galaxies short stories. There's 4 of them, so I put them all into one volume with the pictures and stuff. I self-printed this little volume. I don't know why. It's cool to have it in print, I guess. Yeah, Lulu. There's some French exclusives for Canon, at least. Of what? Never seen that before. That's neat. That I got a Truce Bakura poster. That's very cool. Was that General Grievous IG guards? Yes, it was. Yeah, they fight against Ahsoka. I used Lulu for the Practical Man print. UK exclusives are interesting to me. Yeah, they're very interesting indeed. But now I can get some of these in. Star Wars from Panel to Panel, which is has lots of the cover art from various Star Wars comic issues. So it's got like Dark Empire in here. It's got little blurbs about each cover. So it's really, really cool. It's called Star Wars Panel to Panel. This is volume 1. There's a second volume that I want to get sometime. Ooh, that does not fit. Width-wise. Star Wars The Comics Companion. This was written in like 2008, 2009, and guided you through every comic that had been released up to that point. So it's like the Essential Reader's Companion for comics. It's really cool. It's really helpful. It's really nice. I wish they'd done another one, an updated version. That doesn't fit in there either, so I'll need a new box for those. Hopefully some of this will start to fit in here. Essential Guide to Characters does indeed fit. That's good. The new Essential Chronology will fit as well. The Essential Guide to Planets and Moons. Newspaper strip book, is that expensive? Yeah, it's pretty expensive. There's 3 volumes, and they don't collect all of them, but they do collect them in black and white in their original format, so that's really cool, because the Essential Legends, the Epic collections from Marvel that collect the newspaper strips have them colored in. They do collect all of them for the Epic collection, so I would recommend getting the Epics if you want the story. And there's added panels to it to make it flow better, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, I have a lot of source books. That's what I'm about to be going through. Well, I mean, I appreciate it. The Comics Companion is pretty useful. Yeah, so now Essential Guide to Warfare, which has a bunch of short stories in it. This is probably my favorite guide that they ever made. It's just so good. The Essential Guides to Weapons and Technology, which was fine. I didn't love it too much. The Essential Guide to Vehicles and Vessels. I'm not really into the tech side of Star Wars, so like, not really for me. The Essential Guide to Characters. My dog chewed the corner of this book. So yeah, but got it for like $6, so it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad deal. It's always so cool to see like Nomi Sunrider on this cover with all these movie characters. It's just so cool. Let's see. The Essential Chronology. So this was the original chronology that told from Tales of the Jedi through to, I think, did it cover New Jedi Order? Let me check. No, it's through to Young Jedi Knights. So it's Tales of the Jedi to Young Jedi Knights. And then the new Essential Chronology covers up to Dark Nest, but doesn't go to Legacy of the Force. And it covers, I think it goes, it doesn't have Dawn of the Jedi, so that's Tales of the Jedi as well. What is my favorite source book from post Return of the Jedi? Post Return of the Jedi. The Essential Guide to Warfare goes up to there and has some short stories set in around there, so maybe that. West End Games stuff. Star Wars The Planets Collection. So this has all 3 volumes of the Guide to Planets from West End Games. It's really cool. Let's see. There's a lot of good information in here. This is a story adventure about the planet Goroth. It's called Slave of the Empire. This one's worth like upwards of $100. It's pretty good. Interesting information. I got it on a bid for like $20, so I got lucky. As an editor of Notes Chronology, I had to read and edit the entries from the old official chronologies. Very nice. I noticed some inaccuracies and was sorely disappointed. Oh man, that's too bad, because I really like the new Essential Chronology. I like that one a lot. Too bad. I imagine the Essential one would be more inaccurate. Galaxy Guide 4, Alien Races. Has a bunch of great alien species in here from the Star Wars universe. Galaxy Guide 7, Mos Eisley. This is a fun one. There's a bunch of short stories in here. A bunch of short stories. I'll try to find an example of one. There's just a ton of prose fiction in this volume. I'll look for an example. Of course, saying that, I'm like a part of the book where it has none of that. Here we go. First impressions. Here's one. So this box up here on the top corner left, or maybe right for you, I don't know which, that's a short story. So there's like a couple of those every couple pages. Correction to Darksaber and the shorter NJO books like Edge of Victory and Enemy Lines. Okay. Kevin remembered his own book wrongly. That's hilarious. This is one of my favorite guidebooks. It's Alien Encounters. It has some truly wacky aliens in here. Like, let me find one of my favorites in here. The Balanaka are literally like sentient polar bears. So let me put up a picture of it. Oh, come on. I just flipped to it. Where'd it go? There it is. The Balanaka, literally a sentient polar bear. So cool. I would definitely recommend finding this if you can. It's currently going for around 60, I think, but I managed to find mine for 19. But if you ever have a chance, I highly recommend this. It's one of my favorite West End Games guides. It's really good stuff. I've got Attack of the Clones, the Visual Dictionary. Not as good as the cross-reference books, but still fun stuff. That barely fits in there. And then Star Wars Annual 2009, which I just did a video about. I think that's all that'll fit in there. I have this Marvel thing as well about Captain Britain. Throw that over there. All right, close that up. That's another box complete. So, what do I have remaining and outstanding? Not in a box yet. I'll do a little. I've run out of boxes now, so I'll have to grab some other boxes once I end the stream. But I'll show you what all I haven't gotten yet. Hardcover for Balance Point. Invasion of Theed RPG. The Comics Companion and Panel to Panel. The Star Wars Character Encyclopedia. The Star Wars Lego Encyclopedia, which includes EU people like Malgus and Revan and Starkiller. Catch up in these comments real quickly. I rewrote some paragraphs from scratch. The entire Adumar section. Kevin was extremely salty. He very clearly didn't read it. Okay, I'm back. The main villain isn't even mentioned. I'm going to try and get back into the EU. Good for you, Blue Pig. Sounds good. It's half a Google Talk page while Darksaber was like 7 to 8 pages over 3 chapters or something. Wow. I'm here just making lunch. Yes, I want that book also. Which one? And wow, 7 to 8. Jeez, that's crazy. Kevin could be a little. Kevin J. Anderson could be a bit headstrong, I think. The Essential Reader's Companion, of course, a classic. And my Star Wars VHS trilogy set with Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. This was the special edition. No, this was not the special editions. This was the CBS Fox VHSs. And then I have loose the original Fox videos before it was CBS Fox. Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. VHS is slightly different. And I have some other VHSs here. From Star Wars to Jedi documentary. The Making of a Saga. Dash Rendar action figure. And Star Wars A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I believe these are the special editions. They're digitally remastered. I think these are the 99 redos. Let's see. Wait, is he going to college? Is this the end of Cullivos? No. Well, I'm happy that you care. But no, I'm not going to college yet. Just moving house. My entire family is. I will not be going to college until 2024 is the earliest I could go. September of 2024 would be when I could start college. Because this fall I will be starting my senior year, my 12th grade. So not college yet. But And then even 2024, I might take a gap year and work, get some money first, and then 2025 might be when I start. We'll see. I'm also not entirely sure. Dan Wallace remembered all of NJO very well. I think he probably read the whole thing. That's not why I'm moving. No, not currently. Brennan is donating all of his books to me for being the EU fan of the month. Oh man, it would make me so sad if I was donating these. I love my collection, and I'm so pleased with what I've been able to accumulate so far. It's been really great. So fun to collect this stuff. Oh, and I forgot. Oh, the complete Star Wars encyclopedia. I'll have to find a box for that as well. So that's the whole collection so far in this stream. How dare you? No, not college yet. If you need money, I've estimated how much I think it's worth. I think it's worth around 10K. I don't know. I imagine people like Chris and Matt's is worth like 20 or 30 probably. Would you retcon SWTOR? Oh, not retcon SWTOR. I'd work with the Revan novel, maybe even adapt parts of it. I don't know. No worries. Glad you stopped by, man. If I did do a KOTOR 3, I don't know. What if you did a prequel KOTOR? Like, what if they said they were doing a KOTOR 3, and then instead they adapted what Mandorla was supposed to be? So you could play as Nomi and Vima, trying to find Valkorion before the events of KOTOR and explain why they're never heard of again, because they probably got killed by Valkorion. Maybe even adapt some of the Revan novel. I wouldn't retcon SWTOR because I do like SWTOR. What is your opinion of Knights of Melvin? Knights of Melvin is controversial, I think, right? He's pretty outspoken, anti-Disney. I don't know if he's an EU guy or not. I know he's polarizing. I've not seen it. I don't follow Knights of Melvin, but I do like his anti-Disney rhetoric. You like the Revan novel? Yeah, me as well. It's worth something or other rupees. Maybe so. So yeah, the shelves are empty. Well, not quite. I guess I'll take these down as well. My Ewoks. This is Willie from Return of the Jedi. My dad had this from a cereal box promotion from the UK. This is sorry, not Willie. This is Nippet from the Return of the Jedi movie. And then this is actually an EU Ewok, only from the EU. This is Willie. He's from the Ewoks cartoon. And then I've got some framed comic issues as well. Frida Nad Uprising, number 2. Dark Lords of the Sith, number 6. Just love that cover. And Republic number 69 with Quinlan and Obi-Wan. So yeah, that's the entire shelves down. I will move the camera to show you the shelves are down. So, kind of sad, but the shelves will rise again at the new house, and I'll put everything back up on the shelves. Might even need a new shelf because these shelves were completely full of all the EU stuff. Let's see. You would decanonize Shadow of Revan. Wow. I would not. Retcon the heck out of a lot of SWTOR. Maybe. I wouldn't, personally. Have you ever read the Earthsea books? Earthsea books, I read the first chapter and I stopped because they were terrible. Well, maybe you'd like them. Give them a try. Give them a fair shake. They're popular from a lot of people. Ask Greyholm about it. He might like it. I don't remember. But I also read Rocannon's World, which was the start of the Hamish cycle by the author of Earthsea. And we suffered through it. Me and Marcel read it, and it was like nonsensical. Her prose was not very good, in my opinion. Let's see. What would a recommendation? Greyholm could recommend you something. Greyholm could recommend you something maybe Acts of Cain. if you haven't read them yet. I definitely wouldn't recommend Earthsea personally. It's worth a 6-pack and $5. If so, then man, you've gotten a steal of a deal if you can get it for a 6-pack and $5. Valkorion and such, maybe. Cute plush, yeah, they're pretty nice. I know Matt Wilkins probably likes these little guys. Not as cool as Yubnub or worth as much, but they look cool on top of the shelf, like standing. These little walklings. This one's just from the EU. This one's from the film. They're pretty cool to have. I like them on the bookshelf. Then I have Half-a-Mul's lightsaber as well. The VFX one. I think from 2014, something like that. I found the first one by far the best, and the rest just got less and less good. For Earthsea, yeah. They're pretty good if you're interested in fantasy with a writing style which emphasizes spiritual stuff. Then, yeah. Okay, you like Earthsea? Cool. Your drum beats in the night while the Ewoks feast on food from the kitchen? Yes, every night. F in the chat for the shelves. Yep. Rip the shelves for now. They will rise again. Return of the shelves. It'll be soon. Many times over years, found them slightly overrated, but definitely not bad. Okay. I have a burning desire for KOTOR 3 and a long-standing hatred for the Revan novel and beyond. Yeah. Active Canon is so much better than the Earthsea. There's no comparison. Good stream. Your holy EU texts will be protected by Waru as you travel. Yes, they will. Hopefully so. Wheel of Time, Dresden Files. Maybe I should watch Ewoks again. Absolutely. And Blue Pig. I'm going to do streams on YouTube watching each Ewoks episode. And I want to have guests on. So maybe you could join me for that. It'll be really fun. I love the Ewoks, and I'd love to rewatch them with some panelists. So maybe you'll join me for that. Influenced me as a kid to get into the EU. The Ewoks cartoons, that's great. We should do a video on Ewoks sometime, Brendan. Yeah, absolutely. We should do streams watching each one and then discussing it at the end. And then maybe we can do like a overall seasons reviews sometime. I'm going to do individual reviews for the Ewoks episodes at some point as well. The Rise of Shelf Walker. Yeah. Hail Waru. Absolutely. I'd love to be on for that. Absolutely. You'd be more than welcome. You cannot stand Ewoks. Fair enough. It's an acquired taste. Alex is there with you. Magneto Alex. Bet I could arrange that. Absolutely. It would be a lot of fun. And now some Rise of Skywalker comments. So I will head out before we talk Rise of Skywalker. But thank you all for joining me and for watching this. This was a long one, 3 hours. Got everything packed in the boxes now. Thank you guys for joining me, for some interesting comments. Love conversing with you guys. And I will see you at some point. I think I have a video that I'm uploading later today about can collecting, which, speaking of which, soda can collection is over there. That's something else I'll have to pack up. And over here as well. So yeah, that'll be a whole thing as well. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining me. The shelves are empty, and all my stuff's packed up to move. Maybe I'll do a stream putting them back on the shelves. Would you guys like that? Let me know. Thanks to everyone for joining me in the comments, and I'll be ending the stream now. Hope you guys have a nice weekend. Thank you so much for joining me for this this long stream. Yeah, I'll see you guys.